Hello, everybody. I am Maz. Are you all ready for some session 3? We're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna do a quick little spiel about our little world, and then we're gonna go into our player intros. Welcome on in, Dine Kid number 1. Typically with game stuff, I try to not look at chat as much, but I'll try to respond as much as I can through chat messages, just so I can just stay in GM mode. And also, there's a lot of things to produce. But I am Mozzarella. As usual, everyone who's come through on Mozzarella's like that channel, you know that this is the Starfall community that come together and build like homebrew worlds and play in them and I don't know, get first time GMs, veteran GMs, first time players, and veteran players all together in worlds all together. So, welcome. If you're part of the community, wonderful. If you are new here, you can definitely, contribute to the world and scenarios that we're doing at the Mozzarella channel, where we set up like the world's maps. I'm gonna do a little bit more alchemy this week and try to get like scenes in so I can understand this platform a little bit more. And then you can see like things in the world that have come true. For example, our wonderful llama was the one who suggested that messages in this world are sent through folded paper cranes. And magical scripts and runes on paper that make it so that every fold that you make can hide writing if you need it to. It's a beautiful piece that like they've added to the world, and now the players get to use it. But this is Sesine Academy, where there's dark fantasy magic, rituals, and spells, herbs, magical plants, and realms with crazy creatures. Let's introduce our players. First and foremost, who would like to go?
I can go ahead and jump in, I guess.
Yes, let's hear
Hi,
it.
I'm Shawnee. I go by she, her pronouns. Shamazon on everything for profiles. I'll be voicing Amelia Violet this evening. She uses she, her pronouns. She's a taller girl with bright green eyes and mostly black hair with white pieces framing around her face and folding into her messy braid. She's unexperienced and pretty new to the magical world, but her and her familiar Nyx are super ready for their next adventure and class together.
Brilliant.
All right, I guess I will go next. My name is Paige, or Hey Paige WTF on all platforms. I go by she, they pronouns. I'll be playing Odette Asteria, who is also goes by she, they pronouns. She's an underclassman. She has long purple hair, she's very short, and she's very pasty. Her familiar is a little owl.
I just got hit with that last adjective. I can't. Sorry. Amazing face. That just surprised me. Oh, I love it.
I'll go next. I'm Nay, go by she, her. I play Cora Scorned, who also goes by she, her. Little first year tiny goblin child with a lizard who is just always there. A lizard familiar.
And finally, guesting in for today, our wonderful recapist and resident colleague of Glenn, our magical note taker of Sesine. We have.
I wasn't sure if you want me to. Okay, you want me to jump? Like I got.
Yeah,
My
you got
name
it.
is Black Soccer. I go by he/him pronouns. And today I am guest starring and playing as Donnie 𝐌𝐴𝑊𝑀, who also goes by he/him pronouns. Um, Donnie, of course, like the others, is underclassman. He's based a lot off me, so even at the age of 14, uh, He's 6'1", very, very tall and everything like that. But also, I don't want to go too much into personality because I just like to show people. But
Yeah.
I'd say that he's definitely gonna add a new element to today. That's all. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. But thank you for allowing me to get started. Thank you guys for being so accepting of me being here. Thank you guys so much for showing love about the recap. Sadly, couldn't have one this week because right now, currently, I'm in DC on vacation. I have a terrible, terrible setup right now. Currently, in front of me, my laptop and my mic is like those small folded dinner table kind of things that you have. That is like the way in the position that everything is in right now. And I'm in a very uncomfortable chair. This hotel, I'm sorry, I'm gonna rate real quick. This hotel, mind you, this is like 180 a night, okay? I would expect them to have a more comfortable seat, at least a comfortable seat. I can't even move the love seat. The chair is a folding chair. It's wooden, no padding at all.
Oh
mind
my
you.
goodness.
No padding at all. Usually, you'd have the decency to have padding on a chair like this, but there's no goddamn padding. Sorry for cussing. There's no padding at all. No padding. And the fact that I'm 6'6" and it's a small chair too. First things first, the way to discriminate against tall people, it's just out of line. It's just out of line. I'm not gonna go more into it, but still.
Preach.
I just expect
Honestly, yes. Yes.
Discrimination is real.
I just expect
Real
them
though.
for $180 a night of my
That's true.
money.
That is true. That is true. Hotels
something to
be
a little
spending.
more comfortable. That's all I'm saying. But continue.
That's why it's so hard to find a hotel where you're just like, the money makes sense in this room.
Exactly. $180 a night. You're saying.
Well, yeah. Are we ready for the trailer and to get started?
Yes.
Let's go. Okay. It is dinner time. Oh, wait, no, sorry. It is not dinner time. It is, well, meal time. And everyone before you, there's, as usual, brilliant displays of food. Warm drinks, cold drinks, fountains. In distant tables, there are little bar tables at the ends of this grand dining hall at Sesine. And the teachers walking around as usual. As a campus, no one really sticks to a certain seat. There's muttering noises, students all flocking from table to table. It is not actually dinner time, but the lighting outside makes it seem as if dinner time couldn't come fast enough. Outside is pouring fog. However, the teachers have put up a vision, almost a projection of the castle and the sky. They've they've put some spell work. You see a couple teachers casting a few more things onto this projection to show what is the next weather that's coming up, or current things that are happening around the island. So you see a couple things, like a little, like, oh, the waves at the stony beach, the tavern kind of opening up, and it just looks like this video loop, but like a live feed, of just like, oh, just random things that are happening on this island. However, everything is layered in this thick fog from outside. A lot of the students that are around you, your first year students, second, all the way up to seventh, they differ in like personality and what they have on their plate. Some people might be sitting with their friends that they've kind of connected with over the last couple of weeks. So far, this is now like into your month 2 of your school, and you can see like some people are a little closer than usual. A lot of the students have kind of connected maybe with the person that they were sorted in their magical attunement with. Some people are still kind of alone still. In your little group, as you're sitting, Cora, Odette, and Amelia, you notice that a couple of the other first years are scattered around. But there is one person who's kind of been hanging around you a little bit more. And that is Miles. You see him, he's not actually like eating a lot more. He either hangs out with Leo, who joins your table at some points, or a couple of the other people in your class. There's Dominic and Ethan. But sometimes, like, whenever you two are sitting you three are sitting on your own, he's sometimes comes over and just says, hey, and just wants to hang out. But this lunchtime, there is an announcement that's coming up, and your headmistress stands up to the podium and quickly taps on everything to quiet everyone down. And you hear like the distant murmurs, quiet. Oh, hello, everybody. Sorry to disturb your wonderful lunch. I just have a quick message for everyone here. As you know, this first year for all of you is going to be filled with a lot of new things. But for everyone who's been here before, this is the time of year where we have visiting students from other academies come through. We here have the wonderful, delegates from the 𝘃𝐀𝐿𝐴 Academy. We have over there, you see, and they point to a couple people, older teachers, like maybe one chaperone. They just have like different symbols or clothing or uniform compared to Sesine Academies, which has the twin-headed eagle. She's just like pointing like, oh, of course, 𝘃𝐀𝐿𝐴𝑒 over there. Like, Priscilla, thank you so much for coming. Ugh, it's so wonderful to see you, dear. And they just like point like, of course, there's multiple students coming in and out. Some of them might rejoin us for our end of year ball. I hope they do have a wonderful experience. We have here Calliope. And this young girl of like brown skin and like curly brown hair, like coming down with like really big eyes, kind of steps forward, obviously frightened now that like their name is said, and Professor 𝘃𝐻𝑒𝐿𝑎 just like, Calliope, do you want to say anything, dear? And immediately Calliope's face just goes like white and hi. And then they kind of hide behind everyone. There's also another person, very tall, looks to be about 6'1". Donovan, could you introduce yourself and what you look like?
Oh, in character or?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So, first things first. What I look like is 6'1". I have. It's kind of like how I look on the screen. Just for people who want to know, I kind of look on the screen. African American male, of course. You know, went through very, very rigorous years of training, so has like a good musculature, as some people would say. And I would say that he always has a scowl on his face, but it's not on purpose. It's kind of like RBF. So just just so you guys know, it's not on purpose, but that definitely throws a lot of people off. But I feel like Donnie would go up, and he has the floor now, right? And like the mic and everything is like near him.
He's just like you see, you're just kind of standing with a couple other students from other schools, and you are visiting Sesine Academy, and it's like you're at the front of like an when you have audience at school and they're like, oh, welcome, or like when a teacher says there's a new kid here. That's pretty much kind of the podium, I guess, you have.
Okay, so I feel like Donnie's gonna go up, and then like the moment she introduces him, and then he's gonna look at her, thinking he's whispering, but he's obviously not, and he's gonna be like, "What do I say?"
Oh, say your name, dear.
You put me on a spot. Oh, and then he goes back. I'm Donnie.
Donnie,
Is that it?
yes.
Is that all I say, or do I say more? I feel like I should say more.
No, it's all right. It's all right. That's
No, because I could say more. I could say more.
Sure. Yes, introduce yourself.
I'm Donnie. I hope all you guys are having a good day today and whatnot. Seems you guys are all having a good breakfast. 2 eggs, that's always the good way to go. Good source
It's
of protein.
lunch, dear. It's lunch. It's lunch, yes.
Then why is I doing
It's all right.
that?
Go get lunch. Go get lunch. Everyone, there is quite a lot of people to meet and mingle. Some may be in your year. They'll be joining you for a couple of courses. They want to see what Sesine Academy has to provide. And of course, our teachers are top notch, Yeah. Yes. Currently, you see, there's a couple of, we didn't decide this before, Sokka, but I will let you have a choice. Like, are any of these schools speaking to you? Which one do you have a kind of feel for? There's like 𝘌𝐿𝐴, the Quill Institute, Giggleshire School, the Conservatory of Elemental Eccentricities. I can never say that word. You can roll a d4, and I like that will be how where you hailed from.
I think it's a cool name.
Great. Your headmistress is Priscilla. So Priscilla is like in the back. She has like this veil that's covering her, and every time, and everyone in the room can see this. Cora, everyone, even from your view, you can see this. Every time your headmistress 𝘌𝐿𝐴𝐻 kind of says, Priscilla, you just see a woman with like a veil covering their face, and just like a moon shape on their kind of symbol on the hood, and them just shaking their head like, what are you doing? What are you doing? There is the Quill Institute. There's this older gentleman. It looks to be the headmaster, looks to be a teacher. They're a chaperone. And they're just very, very like kind of like hunched over with like a monocle and like ink stains on their like cheeks. And there's a couple other students, you know, year 2 to 7 who came in. But the ones who've come in from 𝘃𝐀𝐿𝐴 is Donnie, and the one who came in from 𝘏𝐀𝐿𝐴 is 𝘐𝐿𝐴𝑃, who kind of walks over. If you all look at your alchemy there on the top right, there's this like thing called tactical mode, and you can see the map of how everyone is kind of situated right now. I am not able to see Cora's on this, so let me know if there's something I need to refresh.
Yeah,
maybe.
for some reason it kicked me out. Which I had to go back in and re-choose Cora, but I'm back.
Okay, let me place you on here. I'm gonna switch to this so that way I can refresh this. Great. Around you, you can see Miles sitting up close. You can see your a couple of your professors around you. The light right now, it's a little dim for this day, so as you move, I can, you know, kind of erase the fog around you to show you like what do you see. This works differently to other virtual tabletops where sometimes it's automatically they do it, and hopefully in the Kickstarter when this gets better they can do that. That way I can do less erasing and stuff. But for now, this is let's see, Zen mode. Let's see if this works. This is what we're going to maneuver with, and if it doesn't work and we're like moving around, y'all, we're quickly going to just do theater of the mind and move on. You know what I mean? So if there's troubleshooting happening and you're not able to like figure out, I will go back to that wonderful description and we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay.
Great. So everyone, as you're sitting close to Miles, you see him just like, so there's new people at our school now?
Miles, I'm gonna need you to scoot over if you're gonna be chewing that loudly.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he kind of like passes you like a couple of his like things that he gotten from like the other table. There is like some sweets and a cupcake, and he has one. He's like, here, I got this for you.
Thanks. I take the cupcake and make a sandwich.
That's really good. You see Calliope kind of nervously kind of step forward as they kind of like walk closer to the table and just like, hello. Can I sit here?
Hello there. Absolutely. Come sit down with us.
Thank God. I thought she was going to ask me to introduce myself like Donnie did. I didn't know what to say. I'm Calliope.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Odette.
Amelia.
Hi. This is very, very, very warm school.
Are you used to it being colder?
Oh, yeah. 𝘏𝐿𝐴 is some like it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of in its own little pocket world, and the weather there is kind of dictated on certain things, and a lot of it is, you know, very, very cold.
I prefer it warm. I don't think I could go to school there.
I love the cold. I think it
Yeah,
would be
cold is good.
Yeah.
What is Donnie up to at this moment? Are they still hanging around?
Yes. I would say that he is. I would say right now, Donnie is just kind of just keeping near Allegra, and he's like just in his notebook. And I feel like right now it's probably a situation where like Allegra's talking to him, but he's not really paying attention. She's in his notebook, and he's like, yeah, sure, great. Like every time she's trying to speak to him. That's what I'd say is happening currently.
Dear, I'm going to step away. I have some, headmistress things to do. Is there anything else you need from me? Do you want me to do a quick introduction? You want to? I can give you a tour if you wish.
And I feel like the moment she said, he's like, no, that's fine. Hey, I'm gonna go do something else. So you just,
Yes.
do whatever.
Do my okay? I will.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
don't worry about classes this week. While you're here and you do your courses, just think of it as extra credit.
Extra credit, okay. What,
Yes.
just clue me through it once again. Why did you choose me to be here again? I'm just confused. I'm not angry. I'm not upset on why I'm here. I'm just wondering why I'm here.
Oh, well, we always have visiting students, and I thought I could bring in my special friend, my special guy. And you see her like just kind of aim her hand to kind of like boop you on the nose, but like as soon as like they see you kind of like pull back, they're like they just like make a grand gesture up of their like hands up in the air and just say like, oh, well. There's food to be eaten, schools to attend, papers to look through. All right. Good. Have a good day.
Okay. Thanks, Auntie. Appreciate it. And then, I feel
Donnie. Amelia's just gonna start waving and yelling Donnie and trying to like get his attention to join us.
And then Donovan is gonna look around, and then he's gonna be like, "Me, Donnie," or is there another Donnie? Sorry, it's my first day here. I'm not sure if there's like a bunch of. I'm assuming.
I'd actually like to stop waving and just blink at him a few times, very like blank face, just like.
Okay, she needs me. All right. And then he's gonna start walking towards. He's gonna like put his notebook back in his coat. And he's gonna start walking towards the table.
Donnie is a vibe, let me tell you. Oh boy, I'm having secondhand embarrassment from seeing myself basically in high school. Oh,
Oh, don't pull out the trauma.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, Donnie's gonna sit down. He's be like, "Hey," like in a very awkward way, just meeting people for the first time.
Hi. You see Miles like kind of like wave at you. He kind of like looks up. He has like blonde tips at the like edge of his like curls, and like they're kind of like twists all the way up to like black hair at the root. And he's wearing a hoodie over his like uniform, and you see like it's a Weevil, like a broom sport team. Yeah, but they're clearly from Britain. And they're just like, they just kind of shake off the crumbs off their shirt, and they're just like, I'm going to just wave at you. I don't think I could get this off me.
In the corner of your mouth, you got a little
Oh.
shit right there.
I always do, though. That's fine.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. All right, do you need a wet nap? You need a moist toilet or something? Are you good? Because I have.
No, my mom
right
sent
in
me
my-
like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
So
Not using them,
I
though.
have them.
Okay.
No, it's here though. Yeah. What's your?
Yeah, you could use it though. Like, have you used it?
Cora's gonna be shaking her head like, no, he hasn't.
It hasn't? Okay. I kinda
It's just a piece of him at this point. It's a part of his. It's his signature outfit.
Flair. It's the flair. It's the
gotta
flair.
have
really is.
something for a snack later. It's just be like that. It wouldn't hurt, Miles, for you to have to wipe your face, though, so you could get the old food off.
He like motions to the
An
table.
extra
and
snack for later.
That was literally exactly what happened in the one shot. He motions to the table for this bowl to like form and appear, and you see like the food in front of him disappears, and this almost like very fragrant water comes into this like golden bowl that like appears in front of him. He starts immediately like washing off his fingers, and you see immediately like his nails are a bit cleaner, and he grabs like the end of his like napkin, kind of dips it in the water, and just like wipes away his face. He's like, better?
You
Odette
can do
is
this?
gonna reach
So much better.
into her bag and grab one of her fingernail brushes because she has a nail file kit, and she's gonna slide it to him. You have to
Oh.
brush your nails now. Come on.
He just starts
You can do
immediately.
this.
He's like,
Miles, you can do this at any point, and you choose to have the crumbs on your face.
I'm 12. You ask a lot out of me, Amelia.
Well, we all have to start somewhere.
He's just a baby.
Well, he's like he's a first year as you all are, and he's just like, look, my mom usually like takes care of these things, but you're right. I'll clean it. I'll clean this really quick. There we go. And then he kind of rinses off the nail brush, and he's like, do I keep this? Do you want this? Can I keep
No,
this?
I have more. You can go ahead and keep it.
Oh, you have more. Wow. Okay.
I don't play around. I want my hands to be clean. I don't like dirty hands.
Oh, I love it.
So glad for you.
Miles kind of looks over at Donnie just quickly, just like, so, Donnie, my man, what do you think of our school? What do you like to do?
Well, the school is I say it's pretty cool. You guys have some pretty good, sights and whatnot. Very warm here. Seems like a little bit of a health violation, especially with all this meat around, but still. Yeah, I like the school. It's pretty okay. It's pretty okay. Much better than, I forget the name. What's the name of the school I go to again? 𝘌𝑀𝘐𝑀?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's like much better than 𝘌𝑀𝘐𝑀. There's a lot of prudes there, a lot of preppy type of kids. They're all like, I'm rich.
Oh, yeah.
That.
There's a lot here like that too. Couple big names. She's not here right now, but there is a wing in the school named after her family. It's the 𝘉𝘂𝘂𝑟𝑒𝑠 wing.
Oh
Yes.
my God, the 𝘉𝘂𝑟𝑒𝑠?
Yes.
I have no idea who that is. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea who that is.
You see Miles kind of like smile really big, and from your view, you have what is it? Clearly have won him over, because he's just like he's just as soon as he heard that, he just like instead of like laughing out loud, he kind of has like this blush that comes to his face, just like, yep, every time. And you know what the craziest thing is? She is already the smartest kid in our class.
Oh wow, what's her name?
Rania.
She's not only smart, she's also a fantastic human.
Oh,
He also
yeah.
does best summoning circles.
Yes.
You guys seem very, very like into this person. What's her
She's
name?
very
well, there's Rania 𝘉𝘂𝘂𝑟𝑒𝑠. Odette, you're one of the Asterias, aren't you?
Yeah. I am.
Yeah. They don't have a big wing, but they have a tower called the Seer Tower in the school. Nobody says it's like the Asterias, but we know it's like it's their tower,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's theirs. It belongs to you. I'm gonna be like, it belongs to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they gave money or if they did something. Who knows? And then Calliope kind of like next to you, who's also kind of nervous, just kind of knocks something down, like a glass, and just immediately like, oh, sorry.
You're fine. It's okay. Are you okay? It seems like you're on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
Same.
Well, I didn't
you're on the
expect to be
verge.
called out so quickly,
You,
but like
it's not being called out. It's okay. It's just an observation.
it's just a lot of new people, and we're supposed to be visiting, and it's great. Like it's really cool, but there is about two or three things like I don't know. Like I'm just nervous. I'm just really like I would love to just hide away right now.
It's okay. You just exhale. There you go. You're fine.
Got it.
Yeah.
Give me a charm check, please.
All right. One moment. Oof. Okay. That's a D8 for me. All right. Let me roll that. 6.
With the 6, you see her face just soften for a second. And she closes her eyes and she exhales. And when she opens them, you notice like her hands stop like shaking. And like she had them balled up in a fist, and then she like lets them go. How are you so good at this?
Oh, well, ever since I was a kid, I was trained to be a bloody killer. So, you
Oh.
usually have to stay as calm as possible. That's usually the thing that you
Her
have to do.
her face just you just see her eyes just go wide in shock. Like what?
Yeah, my family. I'm a part of the Evercreech family and everything like that. So, hunting, killing monsters, that whole thing. As you can see
Oh,
from my aunt.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about Professor Evercreech, but that's incredible. Frightening for
Oh, you don't
a
know that
child.
much about her?
No, I don't. I know a lot about like my school, but she's just yeah, she definitely has that air about her. Very, very rawr. And you just
Yeah.
see Calliope just like kind of show
And then,
that face.
and then I'm gonna look at everyone. I'm like, wait, how much do you know about my aunt? And I'm gonna look at everybody when I say that.
He gave me
Miles
a
it like
book.
kind of like Miles just looks at everybody like, well, she has a lot of books written. I haven't read them yet. She's great. She's done a
You,
lots of things.
you don't have to big me up on her. It's completely fine. My aunt
Your,
literally
your aunt.
used to be like a huge, excuse my French, badass. I mean, she was the head chair of our family. I mean, absolutely insane. I mean, this one time, she once killed a 4-legged troll. It's still weird that there was a 4-legged troll to begin with, but still, she once killed it like
Wasn't
without a
it?
weapon. She just did it just because, and like, which is insane because like, who does that like as a person, like just because.
Miles kind of looks around to the table and just like, wait, this is the same headmistress we have?
Yeah, Smiles, it is. Did you really
Well,
not look anything up about her?
No.
Miles.
What?
I also
You,
didn't read the books, to be fair.
thank you. You see, give me a brains check. Or it could be charms too.
Me?
Amelia.
Hey.
You see this quickly from the corner of your eye. Miles kind of smiles, kind of a little bit wide, and then you see him kind of look through his bag really quick and try to find like the biography or like the last edition that Professor Evercreech kind of released, and autographed at the front gate for a lot of the first students who are like, oh, you have my book, and just immediately autograph for them. And Miles kind of like goes through them and just like pushes the book kind of between you and him, Amelia, and just like, maybe we could read this or like talk about this together.
That's okay. I have my own copy. I'll read it some other time. She pushes it back.
And he kind of like immediately closes it and just like, oh, I guess I have to do a lot more reading for this thing.
Odette is
could
not
I
saying anything. She's just looking in between the two of them. Like, leaned back a little bit, just like, oh.
Speaking of Odette, can I get a brains check from you?
Yes. We'll see if my brains work. I make no promises.
Thank you. I've been watching that character token just sit there, and I was like, but he's at our table.
It did it twice for some reason, but the first one was 8.
Yeah, I see. There is a flutter that kind of comes down. There's this like red flying crane that's fluttering in. And it comes to you at the table, floats down, and like shows like what's it called, like a little movement from its like folded wings until it like unwraps itself, and like a note comes in front of you. Trying to see how to do this on alchemy.
No, you're good. Hi, Tokyo. I love you, and I miss you.
Hi, Tokyo.
I don't know if you see it under handouts, but hopefully I can do this a little better. In the note, as it unfolds, it says, in like very messy writing, "Hi, dear Odette," and it's just like you see it scratched out like a few times, like lines are scratched out, and then you see the first sentence like, "You are beautiful," scratched out. "Staring out the window in class," scratched out. No, "when you are smiling," and like with like an exclamation point. And then you see like, "I was wondering maybe if you'd like to share a snack at the beach after class. There's this cool spot I found where like where I heard the waves like whisper secrets. If you're busy, no worries at all. Like you can just send this back with saying no. Just thought it could be fun." And then you see like there's a name on there, but like they scratched it completely out, and they wrote like "secret admirer" in like big handwriting.
Wow! Wow! Can I cast something to make it show through?
Yeah, so you can. Yes, you can cast what is it, brains, to reveal it, or charm to ask the other students if they've seen where it floated from, or flight to make it fly backwards.
Throw it aggressively as an airplane back.
Well, pretty much like back in time to fly backwards too. Yeah.
Just imagine her folding it like an airplane, being like, No. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna do brains and see if I can reveal who it is.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm dying. The way you read that, I felt it in my brain.
Hey, Maz, will you check the KOB chat?
Yeah. Did it?
What happened?
It says my stream went out?
Oh, it did on Discord.
Oh, okay, just Discord
Oh,
then,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Okay, we're good. Okay.
I got a 3. What was the check?
It was a lot higher than that, so let me give you a point right now.
Yikes. Okay. I could just do
You
charm instead to ask people.
let me describe this really quick. The magic that comes out of your wand just looks like almost like a spurt of like shadow magic that kind of like comes down to almost erase the scribbles, but it touches the folded paper. The runes come alive and like it glows in the paper before settling down to a dull glow. Calliope kind of looks and says, "Oh, I don't think that worked. What is that?" And then she kind of like notes like, "Sorry, I wasn't snooping. I just was curious because you pulled your wand out."
No, absolutely. If you think that you can get the name to come up, you're welcome to hear the tea. I'll share it with you.
Oh, well, from my view, she kind of looks up and says, "It doesn't, I can't see it. So maybe there's like, I don't know, maybe you could, maybe if you say, I don't, and you see her like nervously trying to finish the sentence before sitting down, just like, and she kind of scans the audience to try to like, let me see if anybody's looking at you.
Okay. I'm not
And you
gonna
wanted to
say
try something else, you said?
yeah, I was gonna try to use charm to ask everyone else if they saw where it came from. Since I failed at my brains check.
Sure. You can also use flight and other spells. Like I'm just saying like there. If I said that was the only other way, that's not.
No, you're good. I just have
Okay.
my charm is my best one, and so I feel like I'm
Great.
gonna use this one.
Who are you asking? Are you asking any of your fellow like people at the table, Donnie, Cora, Amelia, Miles, or a teacher behind you? You have Professor Serafina right behind you.
Was just gonna ask the table, and then if no one had seen it, I then would have asked the professor.
Cool. If it's for the players, then they would have to roll me a brains to see if they've noticed who it came from.
Okay, friends, would you be willing to to help me in this endeavor?
You know,
Let's just do
I
like
can
one
give it a
like one or
good
two
heckin'
people.
shot.
Yeah. Cora
But-
and then like one more person.
I can go ahead and roll.
Okay. Holy moly. All of you, both Cora and Amelia, saw the fluttering crane kind of come from the round table that's like just to the bottom of you, to closer to the doorway. You don't know who it came from, but you are sure that it came from this area specifically. There are like 3 round tables in the center of this room. Donnie, for you, you see long tables at both ends of this big hall. There's a balcony at top with like you can't see what's there, but you've seen like hints of like a chair and like smaller tables. There's this gold chandelier And then to the out, like, underneath that balcony, to the outskirts of this big hall, there's the bar countertop, the head of staff. This castle has like a couple staff members that are not teachers that you see are like walking around cleaning up things, making sure like any food that is out for too long is replaced. And there's like 3 big round tables in the center, and a lot of the students and teachers are kind of dispersed between, all of it.
Um, sorry. He's laughing at a TikTok. I apologize. Could I lean back and just ask the teacher if she had seen who it was then?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my brain to
She
work. I
kinda-
swear, I'm trying.
You see Professor Helena just like turn sweeping around her big like sleeves, kind of draping over, and immediately like, what is it, dear? What did
I
you
love
want?
her. She cracks me up. Ma'am, did you happen to see where where the note flew from?
Ooh. And she kind of sees the red color of this folded crane, just like, a secret note. Stop. That is. Anyway, no, I was busy eating. I'm so sorry. Maybe you could cast something to return it to its center. Maybe that would help.
That's fair. Okay. Thank you for your help. Go back to eating.
Oh, no, of course. Oh, and then you see her turn back to Quintus, Professor Iron Grip, who was like in this big white makeup with like really, really dark eyeliner, and he's like muttering. He's chewing his food, but he's muttering through it, and you see his familiar, Emery, this ferret, kind of like pushing his cheeks, and he's just like talking to Emery, saying like, I'm eating. And just like you see Emery just like muttering in like in ferret, I guess. And
So crackling.
and Professor Quintus just like talking back to it. Helena just like giggles and just like quickly says, no, you see, this is why I love working with like they're just this is so cute. Did you see that, Quintus? And Quintus is like, no, I'm trying. Emery, stop it. And then like they're muttering between each other that like they're kind of oblivious to like what has happened behind you.
Love. I love the idea that all of them are like, yes, the drama.
You have about we're going like the lunch is almost over, and the next thing that you have to do is go to your subtle mending class. Would you like to do this? Is there anything else that Cora, Donnie, is there anything that you would like to do? And Odette, if you wanted to do a flight check or another thing, let me know.
No, I'm all good here.
Donnie, the food in front of you, there's a couple of things out in the plates that you can go get. Is there anything that that Donnie would like to eat?
I feel like for Donnie, I feel like he has like everyone else in his family probably took a very strict diet, so I feel like he's just eating stuff like chicken and rice, veggies, steamed, like a whole bunch of water. I feel like comes to him.
Dang, he had his life set at 14. I wish.
Cannot
I
relate. We were
wish.
like asking for
don't at
cupcakes
27.
and sweets and all kinds of
I
stuff.
know. I didn't know. I chugged chocolate milk like it was my lifeline. At that age, that was it.
died.
We had super donuts or something that was called at our school.
Super donuts?
And they were like
we get
very,
rid of-
very nutritious donuts, but they were so good dunked in chocolate milk.
Oh my god.
That was my life.
I love that.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I would. Is it okay if I try to roll for flight for that send back to sender? I don't know
Sure.
if I'll get it. I have a
Yeah.
very low flight.
And
I'm
you'll
a
get
bad
adversity
bird.
tokens if you fail, which you can like expend to get that boosted up. You know that. So you got
Could one
this.
of us help her? Like, hypothetically,
Yes.
like, could Cora
Yes.
offer to cast the spell for her?
Yeah, you can do like both do it at the same time. You can do it for her if you wish. If you want to do it for her, which you just say like, "Hey, I can do that," and then roll your flight.
Cora would perk up and be like, "I've always kind of wanted to try one of these spells. I mean, if you want, I mean, you don't have to obviously, but if you want, I could chuck it, and we could see if we could figure out who sent it to you."
Odette is gonna smile like real big at at Nay. Sorry, I my brain just went blank, but she's just gonna smile real big at her and she's gonna hand her the note. Like, yes, absolutely. I would love this.
Cora would do a little fist pump, like yes, and then proceed to do this muttering and then the spell and then the throwing thing.
And the throwing thing.
The throwing thing.
Well, I forgot to check my stats really fast. I know I have a D20. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have any modifiers.
I think
Yeah,
you have a plus
plus
one
one.
for
Innocence,
innocence.
strength. Woo woo.
Plus anything else you might have for your wand. What am I saying? You don't even need a modifier. The magic that you see at first that comes out of Cora's wand looks almost like a flight of runes that float around. This simple wand starts slowly kind of creating a little shape within it. And it looks a little bit more like a branch, more than usual to anyone who's at this table. However, this flight of ruins, this wind picks up. And it almost looks like it has invisible hands folding the crane up back to its shape. And then with like a little blow, like just to make it flutter, it starts moving its wings up in the air, but backwards. You see its head still pointed at you as it floats to the table below where you are sitting. And as it kind of comes down into the hands of a very frightened boy who kind of looks up and realized what just happened, you see the frightened face, Odette, of Dominic. As soon as it lands in his hands, he just tosses it to the ground and he just like runs, just bolts like to the end of the room, just like and out. You see like the doors
He's
are
just
open for the
gone.
Great Hall.
I completely scared that boy away.
There's
no.
a Dominic-sized hole in that wall.
I would just like to abruptly turn my head to Odette. You couldn't just give him the one today.
I was gonna say yes, but I wanted to know who it was first.
Smooth. Very, very smooth.
Listen,
Very
okay. I lived with my family for a long time. It's been a while since I've been out. I need a little slack. Okay?
It's okay. It's okay.
A little
I can
slack.
tell. It's very
A
obvious.
class of 15 to 14 very quickly.
Listen. Like Miles said, I'm 14. Cut me a little slack. I would like to pick the note up that he dropped and
Definitely.
take it with me.
What is it? It's right on the ground. I'm trying to see if I could give you an item, but I can't remember how to do this in this thing. So I will. I have shared the handout with you, so you can see the handout. What the crane looks like in under your handouts in alchemy.
Okay.
All right.
Did you share it with all of us or just with Odette?
Not the Domlet.
No, I just shared it with Odette. So with handouts, you can share it with everyone if everyone knows that information. So only if like they've kind of shared it around the table or something like that in the game. I think that'll be good. And then that way I can share the handout.
It won't let me see it.
What? It's
It
me.
says I have none.
Oh, here you go. You know what? Fine. Here we go. Everybody can see it. But role play wise, that's kind of how I'll do it. So that way, the handouts you have is because you like, let's say they shared what the note said. But
I am a dorky 14-year-old girl. Of course, I'm going to show the whole table what it is. These are my friends. That's just how it be.
everyone's familiars. They can be at the table if you call them. But Donnie, is yours at the table?
Yes. I would say he is.
As the food gets cleared up and everybody is headed to their classes, you see this almost chromatic, beautiful, like white cobra kind of come up onto the table and slither and just like. Donnie, you know that like you can hear your familiar, but when you respond to them, you even though you hear them through your mind, you have to respond to them verbally. But the people at the table don't really hear what this familiar says. Can you describe your familiar to me?
My familiar, of course, is a king cobra, and his name is Florian. Florian and Donnie, they have a very, very strong friendship, and I feel like they're both kind of people who are like they bounce off each other a lot. I feel, given their awkwardness, and their kind of like bluntness with everything. So I feel like the moment like he goes into a table, Donnie's gonna be like, "What are you doing, dude? What are you doing?"
I thought it was my time to come out here.
It was not your time to come out
What?
here at all, actually. But if you
But
want to be out here, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not saying I'm gonna stop. I'm not saying you're not welcome. That's not the thing that's going on. All right, I just, if it's your world. And so
Donovan. Okay.
no, seriously, it's fine. It's fine.
I thought I saw them coming out, and you see the cobra head kind of poke out and like turn. Everyone, I've given you control of your familiar NPCs, but I don't know how it works, so hopefully this works okay. But Ozzy kind of pokes his head out from Cora's little collar, and kind of shows up there to the group and just like. Everyone's moving to your next class, and your familiar. Have you shared their name yet? Have you? Sorry, did you share their name?
Oh, me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Florian. Yeah. My bad.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm like stumbling through this.
You're fine. You're fine. You're doing great.
Florian just like turns its head back, just like. I just thought we were meeting new people.
Oh, you can meet new people if you want to. I just wasn't sure if you were like ready for it yet. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see him kind of slither through the table and kind of poke his head out at Ozzy, and Ozzy kind of just like look at this cobra and then go right back under Cora's what's it called, collar.
Cora would kind of look at him and be like, I don't know what you're so scared of. That is one cool snake. And she'd be like examining the familiar super closely, totally not afraid, even though this thing is a king cobra and could do major damage if Florian wanted to.
We'll do
Yeah,
this last check before we switch to the class, but can I get a brains check, please?
from everyone?
From Cora with advantage.
Okay.
All I can think about with the new introduction of a familiar is, can I pet that dog?
Exactly. Odette's dad has a huge snake. She loves it.
And I would say yes. Yes. I would say that Florian is very accepting to that. Because he's usually used to people being scared of him.
We got 6.
Out of a D10. So you know 2 things, but other things that could have shown up in your like little inspection they're not as familiar. You've spent a lot of time around cobras of the natural world. This is nothing of the sort. There's a deep history with this familiar. As your familiar was the child of a greater serpent, greater creature from the astral realm, you can see the magic that's kind of exuding off of them. Whatever their original shape or their alternate shape is, it's not clear, but it's powerful and kind. It almost looks as if it's interested in multiple like things around the table, but when it peers its eyes at you, you can see its focus. This is a creature that when it's ready to sink its teeth into something, it will commit. Kind of close to the cobra shape that it's taken. It recognizes that like that kind of inspection, that inspective look that you have on it for a moment, and kind of nods its head in like a little short little bow, but also kind of like caution. It does a little mlem at you with this little snake tongue and kind of wriggles
mlem.
back. It takes a long way around the table, and you see Miles kind of reach out to kind of like almost touch its scales, but kind of retracts, knowing like that familiars that are not yours are not like you need permission to before you start petting them. And Florian kind of turns around with his cobra head and just like, and comes back to Donnie's like, that one almost touched me.
I told you. Okay, we talked about this.
Take me off this table now.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey,
I'm fine.
You were very,
Just-
very
and
brave.
he-
You're very. And then, well, I'm gonna like put my hands out for him to like kind of like curl up onto.
And you see him just slither around and around until he comes right at your head and just like, oh, your neck is warm. Okay, this is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't constrict. We talked about this. Do not constrict.
I
You
promise.
did it once. I know it was like
I was
I know.
trying
It's
something
okay.
out. Okay.
I know.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm not angry.
It was a
You did a very,
test.
very good job.
It
today.
was-
You're taking
it-
steps. You're taking a lot of steps today, and it's really going to help with your social anxiety in the future. And I think you're doing a very, very good job. I just want you to know
Thank you.
I want someone to say these things to me.
that.
Right? Somebody clip that so I can play that when I go to
Oh my
like
god.
The food is clear off the plates. Everyone's getting up. You see Miles putting all the books away. Amelia, you notice his face kind of a little distraught as he puts like Professor Evercreech's book kind of like in the back of all his like little book, like a little satchel that he has. He like cleans his like hands off and kind of shakes off crumbs, and he like whistles in the air for Marcos, his hawk that kind of floats down. And in his hand was like this little red folded crane that he like hands off to the hawk, and it takes off and flies away. And all of you walk towards a quieter part of the school. A very, very empty hallway. The the classroom here is nothing as grand as like the temporal shadow classroom, which is a large dungeon, or your rituals and evocation class that has that moving sand in the middle for all the different ritual circles. Here, however, there are cabinets and storerooms of just random junk. As all of you are sitting down at your tables, your seats, some of you have seated together consistently. You see a couple of your students kind of sitting in the right spots as they usually do. And for all those who are at this, you see Leo and Dominic. Dominic is kind of like hiding from view as much as he can. You see him like kind of shift over. All around you are just cabinets full of junk. There are items in front of all of you, like different kind of. Some of you have like a comb. Some of you have a beautiful like beadwork that's put together, but it's like broken at the ends. And Professor Leomond walks into the room. She's very. The word is normal, but she looks as if she could be anywhere in the world. But seeing her walk in this room, especially surrounded by all of her fellow colleagues and teachers, she's very mundane. Helena has those big red curls. Professor Sinister Harkness has braids that go all the way down and tattoos that run all through her hands. Professor Arcadia has black fingernails and long tapered like stiletto nails that go to the tip, all black like charcoal from her wand. Professor Leomond has none of that. Her clothes are simple. Her black hair is tied up in a bun. You see her greet Miles and sit down until she just says, everyone settle in, please, settle in. She goes to the back where her table is and pets her familiar. You see this pangolin. It's
That's so cool.
its scales kind of go down and it curls up to her and kind of like nudges at her, and she just like sweetly like goes bends over and just says, no, not this one, we'll work on this one later. Okay. All right, everyone sit down. I hope everyone had a wonderful lunch. How's everyone doing? Oh, good. And hearing like some people kind of mutter just like quickly, just like,
Well, it's
good.
just like class in real life.
It is-
No one
It
answers.
really is.
Everyone just blank stares at the teacher.
Bleep,
Ugh.
bleep. I can
I
hear the
didn't know I was
bleeping.
That happened. Not gonna lie, I was so hoping that was gonna happen.
I was like, just stay quiet.
You say yours one up
It's
on
like
that, boss.
8 a.m. Don't ask me how I'm doing.
I'm not doing good.
Like, is anybody just happy at 8 a.m.? Like, seriously. Like, who wakes up and is like, oh man, this is great. This is going good at 8 a.m.
I'm so sorry. I am that person, but
I
I'm
am
wired
also
this
that
way.
person.
I wake
Oh,
up at
dear Paige,
4:30 every
no.
morning. I'm so sorry. I've done it for years. I'm an old lady.
No,
Yeah.
you're good. You're weird, but you're good.
I'm a grandmother. I don't know. I can't help it.
No kids on their cell phone. Yeah.
Can you add our tokens to this one? I don't see.
Oh, yeah, sure, of course.
That's why I was wondering how we were sitting.
I thought I did, but I think it may be like
Diane, I'm glad that you're part of the group of being a morning person. I'm proud of you.
I worry for all of you.
I'm like,
I also worry for me too.
I'm up at like 5 every morning. Let's go.
Yeah, 4:30
Paige, could you
is my
refresh
normal-
your thing? I don't. It's not showing you up, but I will add. I will add Amelia.
I'm refreshing.
Yeah, same with Cora. I don't know what happened. Also, y'all, this is a Kickstarter, so
back.
definitely go support it because it is a work in progress. It is. Welcome back.
Beautiful.
hopefully we'll get more features as it develops, and maybe you guys will see how it develops through our games. Real-time feedback that we can give to the wonderful
And if it's
developers.
a Kickstarter, you can go to their Kickstarter and donate if you feel like it, or you can
That's
just check
true.
it out and see what
I
they've got
think I
planned.
think their Kickstarter launch. This is the launch of it, but you
Is
can
it?
support it, and I'll find the ways to do that and share it as like a timer on here next week. I can't remember. I think they launched it. I don't know if they have a Kickstarter anymore. It's now just a support to make everything work better.
Gotcha.
Wait, Cora, who am I missing? Odette. Okay, you
I
guys
do have a quick
move.
question.
Mhm.
A small question.
Yeah.
Can I write yes on the note and just walk over and hand it to him and not say anything else and just walk away?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, for all these wonderful, I love that.
I don't want to scare him. I don't want another hole
No.
in the size of a
The-
14-year-old.
For all of those, hey, just tell me like you're gonna do that, and I'll just
Okay.
say if you can. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm gonna, if I see your token move, I'm going to add that into the roleplay. Is Amelia just running around the class right now?
No, I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out where I wanted to be sitting. But actually, yes, I would like to sit right here because I would like to very obnoxiously watch this interaction happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they're from what you know, in this world, Dine, there's paper that's magical and the different runes that it makes like specific. Some of them you can use to fold easier. Some of them could do messages in different ways. Certain colors might indicate like secrecy, so that if somebody else opened it, it wouldn't show what it says. Some of them might be cute and you can buy it for like Valentine's Day and shows like little hearts when the crane like opens up. But the one that Odette got, it was red for, secrets.
Secrets.
Cora, to the right of you, you see a boy named Ethan. Ethan has like tied back hair. He has like it's almost like very light brown to dark black at the roots. And he's very quiet. He's just like muttering to himself for a second, just like. And you see him like slam a book closed for a moment. Could you roll me a brains?
That implies that she has brains this early in the morning, but yes, I can.
Does anybody?
Thank you.
No.
I don't have
See,
the
there we
brains.
proved
Sorry.
it. No brains.
No thoughts.
Head empty.
You only notice this little bit. You see what looks to be just the tail of a cutout paper, but it moved for a second. And
Ooh.
you just see him mutter, just like, "Psh," and then like close the book, put it back in his bag. I think you should be able to click the NPCs and right click them. I don't know if you can see view if they pop up anything, but if you want to see like the full picture of what they look like. And these are all the names that we've collected so far. I've made them into NPCs in the game so you guys can maneuver a little bit more as students. Great. All right, children. Okay. Good day. Today we're going to dive into the intricacies of subtle mending. This is overlooked, of course. So, we have a new person in class. Hi, I'm Professor Leomond.
Hello, Professor.
Hi. Oh, you're joining us. Leomond? Leomond? Oh, Mond.
Mond.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. How you doing?
Great. Great. Welcome. Everyone, everyone, have you met everyone yet? Or oh, you've met, I see met Miss Scorned and Miss Asteria. That's wonderful. You see Miles like raise his hand immediately. Oh, Mr. Campbell, you've met our new guest as well. Wonderful. How are you liking it so far?
It's a vibe, I'm just around, so don't, you just act like I'm invisible. I'm just invisible at this point.
Okay.
Don't even,
No, of course. I just wanted, just greet you. Well, class, that's great.
not in a
Let me
sense
do
of,
a quick.
not in a sense of like mental anguish though. Like I feel like I'm seen. Of course. But like
Yes.
between me and my peers and my family, I just mean like invisible in terms of a sense that you don't have to, just continue. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll do a quick summary of this circle of magic. For everyone who's been here for a couple of classes, you know this, but for a new guest, we have a lot of different types of magic in this school. A lot of wonderful weaves of magic. Other schools teach abjuration, conjuration. We teach different, grasps of magic, that we tap into. But for today, let's see how to describe this very carefully. Okay. Remember, magic is not always about grand gestures. Sometimes it is the quiet stitches that hold the world together. This discipline, subtle mending, isn't healing or quest leading. It is repair, sometimes of very small and mundane objects that have a touch of the magic within them. This might be a letdown to all of you first years who are interested in the big fire, the earth moving and thunder shattering magic that you're hoping to once cast with such volatility when you're a seventh year or a graduate of this academy. Or if you move on to our graduate studies courses, this is just mending little things. However, small things can be critical. Many of the pivotal things in our world would open so much or reveal grand pictures, like a tiny brass key to a castle door, or the last tile in a mosaic, or the quietest part of a person's soul. Things that are small and easy to dismiss can still cause the world to fall apart or build on each other. You see her clasp her hands, kind of trying to get the words. And it's like, okay, quiet down in the back. So things that are small and easy to dismiss. For those who are bored already, yes, I'm looking at you, Nolan. Please put that down. Nolan is a kid in the back with really long red hair, with more with beautiful makeup and the you see a little a dash of purple eyeshadow at the corner of his eyes. Okay. Look, this is not for the hero in the story. So for subtle mending, the not hero of our story probably wouldn't storm into the night, storm in like a knight in shining armor and save the day. But I think, at least the professionals, the trained in our field, but I think we can always trust in those who are trained in subtle mending. They're not ones to give up on anyone or anything, anyone that is in need of a little bit of repair. So for today, we have a couple things in front of your tables. I've picked a couple random things, so inspect them. They're all magical items, so be careful. I've for those who have some dangerous effects, I've left some gloves and some safety wear, but you should be all right. I've looked at them before. What we're going to do is investigate these objects, identify what is wrong with the weave of magic that is flowing through them. use spell work and our knowledge to kind of find where the knot is, if it is a knot in the magic, or maybe where something is loose and broken, if it's something is like kind of ripped apart, and restore their functionality. How does that sound? And you can see her face just waiting for an answer, like all our teachers have done. And you just hear Miles like kind of quietly like shift over to a seat before Professor Leomintus says like, okay, great. I'll come around, but let me know first things you need to do. Just look around your object and see if you have something particularly wrong in front, just inspect away. Okay, use magic if you wish. You can just turn it around and maybe see it's broken, or maybe there's something else that you need. Ask questions. We will figure this out together. Great. In front of the three of you, and in front of the two of you, Donnie and Cora, you see two different items. There is a comb with like a couple of the teeth broken out, Cora. And for Donnie, you see what looks to be a satchel. It inside of it looks very black, but the band of it is broken. So there's a couple of holes that are peeking out of this bag. Let's see, for Amelia, in front of you, you see what looks to be this little mirror that has a crack that kind of weaves through it. And for Odette, you have what looks to be like a jeweled lotus. It looks like a brooch. But when it with the light that's coming into this classroom, when it hits that light, you see what looks to like, it doesn't reflect like light like a jewel. Instead, it kind of has this eerie whisper that comes out just like coming out to it.
I'm sorry. Once again, can you explain what mine was?
A satchel where like the inside is pitch black and the band of it is broken.
Got you. Okay.
What was Cora's? I'm so sorry.
Cora's was like a hair comb with a couple of the teeth kind of taken off. It has like a design at the top.
I'm gonna start looking at my mirror and just like flipping it over and trying to see if I can find anything funky with it.
Great, give me a brains check, or anything else if you want, if any description. And feel free to do as many checks. This is to get if you fail checks, you get adversity tokens in this. So you can use that as a +1 for next checks. Just let me know before so I know what is what.
Okay. I did a brain check to try and identify it. I got a 9.
In front of yours, you see the mirror on the back is very, like, the mirror in the front is cracked, but on the back of it, it's sturdy. The wood is scraped over, like the whatever paint that was all covering it is flaking off. And you can see from that view that the mirror is not real. Cora, with the 4, it looks like a broken comb. You don't see a lot from just your inspection of it.
also roll to see what all needs to be done for mine?
For your physical inspection of the jeweled lotus, this it wraps around, with beautiful, beautiful jewels. And as it comes closer, you just hear like whispering kind of going through it. But when you put it close to your ear, that physical inspection, immediately the whispering gets louder to like, "Rawr!" like as if people are screaming for a second, like picking up that phone in Lethal Company. And then
Oh my god!
where you just hear just like random noises, and as you pull it away, it goes back into a quiet whisper.
Ew. Why did I get the souls of the damned?
Freaking Necronomicon.
Jesus Christ, I'm 14! Can I don't know. My brain has gone blank.
Okay, take a moment, and we'll come back.
Okay.
I want to physically inspect mine as well.
Great, give me a brains check.
All right.
I know the answer is not to break the mirror more, but for some reason.
Because you're a chaos goblin.
That's
That's
one.
why.
Oof.
Oh
That's a
no.
one.
You're doing great, Sokka. Don't even stress. It's fine.
Yeah.
Doing beautifully.
You're convinced there's nothing wrong with the bag based on the one though.
Everything seems fine to me.
I feel like with that one, he's gonna look at it, he's like, this is actually a pretty good bag. I don't see the problem with the bag at all.
Not the encouragement from chat to break the mirror.
Don't break the mirror.
Sorry, I was muted, and I realized. Donnie, yeah, you don't notice a lot different with the bag. Matter of fact, if you just stitched up the band back to the bag, it could be a really nice bag. What else could be in this physically?
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much like how Donnie feels. He's like, this is actually like a pretty good bag. I don't see the problem with this at all. You guys have some pretty good stitch work with this. Exactly. Nice cloth too. Good coloring. I have no idea what somebody would put so many holes in this. He says he's like looking at the bag.
Laura's playing with her comb. I don't know if you guys ever did this, but like making the comb a little instrument by like playing the little teeth on the comb and making them make different sounds and stuff.
You just hear just
totally not paying attention.
like reverberate, like
yes.
the list notes coming back out at you. As you do that, you hear a little faint little music kind of come from the comb, very slight, just enough. I don't know if you hear it.
Is that Three Blind Mice? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Yes.
I am hearing nothing.
Oh, even from Claptrap? Really? Dang. Hold on. Give me a second.
I hear Claptrap also. He sounds fine to me.
Okay, I've increased the volume.
Nay, you might have to turn your Claptrap up specifically in Discord.
I hear the stuff moving around. I don't hear the music. Maybe it's just my settings or something.
Good. Might be me too. So, the little sound is coming from like this center. I've added the image like to your items and your character in alchemy. I'm slowly adding it to everybody, so give me a second while I figure that out. But the center part, where like a jewel would be at the comb, starts turning around around like a music chime would in like a box. And the jewel that was there is not there. The design is like beautiful leaves going around, but it's kind of scratched off. And yeah, this doesn't, this just plays this like little music.
Well, that's odd.
Like this comb is playing music.
It just starts like the where the jewel would be. It's just turning around like a little charm and playing this.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Put that thing back where it came from. Or so help me. So help me.
So help me. So help me.
Anyone else kind of feel like this thing is haunted?
That thing's totally haunted.
Yeah.
Everything in this building is haunted, if we're being 100% honest.
Like, I
pretty
genuinely feel like if I mess with this, or if I like repair it, it's gonna summon some demon to come out of this comb and murder me in my sleep. And she kind of like puts the comb down on the table super gently and just is trying to ignore its existence.
I'd like to lean back on the back two legs of my chair and just look around Odette and say, Cora, it can't get worse if you break it.
It can get
just
worse
break
if
the
you
comb.
break it. No,
What
don't
do you
break
mean
the
it can?
comb.
It absolutely can.
That's how you release the demons.
Well,
Have you never seen a horror movie in your life?
No, it'll
actually,
be fine.
It can get worse. Actually, can get worse. I've seen stuff like that before. It could break and then possibly kill all of us, or at least you guys, because I'll be prepared for it. But I will say there is a positive in all of this. If you were to break that, and if there were to be a demon in that, it would probably be a pretty cool looking fucking demon. I'm not gonna lie, probably pretty cool. So
Well, then you can summon the demon.
Maz, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I, while Donnie is talking, like lift the little crystal lotus up to him and just get really close so that he hears the loud yell for a second, just to give him the spook since he's scaring Cora right now?
Right, that would there's two things. I don't know how to GM this. I'm still learning. I think this would kind of give a condition to Donnie if this is frightened, correct? And then
Yeah.
how would we do this? You
go to
can
trackers.
definitely do it.
I actually have a way to RP this too.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually have a way to RP.
He's like, I want to get scared.
So I have a way. So like in the middle of it, he's like, but like I'm not singing. Oh, God, Jesus Christ! Oh, that thing was so loud. Oh my God, I busted my eardrum. I think my eardrum's busted. Is it busted? Is it busted? And then I feel like right now, like in his like left ear, he absolutely could not hear anything. He's not frightened, but I feel like right now he can't hear anything. His left.
It's like only ringing because you've listened to a loud song on like headphones or something
Exactly.
too much.
Yeah, and it's a good point. A stealth check. We'll do like what is it called? We'll do like a flight check next time, to see if you accomplish it. But for RP, it just you hear that little blast of like a weird scream before it dulls away, and Professor Leomid kind of steps up really quickly and says, "Oh, I see if you've noticed that a couple of our items has ways of being, telling you that they are broken, like subtle mending, for our guests, you're not going to barge into the magic of the arcane weave that is in these magical items and fix it with one check, magical items come with power and intricacies. And if it's broken, it's broken. But, if you wanted to make an item, a mundane item like a button magical, it requires so many steps. No, that doesn't work. Mending means, yes?
And like I feel like he's like still like he still has a ringing in his ears. He's
Mm-hmm.
like wiggling around his ears. He's like, so like you said, it has a way of saying
Yeah.
when it's broken and telling us
Yes.
that and communicating that. All right, then why couldn't it do it freaking silently? And he's continuing to like wiggle around his ears and everything.
Oh. You see Professor Lehman just like Miles kind of shoots up on hearing that. It's like, oh man, okay. Yeah, what he said, in front of him was like this toy that's kind of like rocking back and forth, and you see it's like a Jack in the Box, but it's like it's moving, but it like the when he Miles kind of winds it up, he's like, look, it's broken, but it's clearly loud, and as he like pushes the toy closer to all of you, you hear like a cackling laughter that's like emanating from the toy. And Professor Lehman kind of pushes Miles down. Like, sit. Apologies, Donnie. What is your flight page?
Oh God.
You don't have to roll. What is it at?
Okay.
Yeah, what is it at?
A D12 +2.
Oh, okay. She didn't notice that it was you that did that to Donnie, so she's just like, whoever did that, let's like try to settle down. Yeah, it's very difficult, Donnie, but like she kind of opens up the bag in front of you. I've added everyone's to your inventory or your equipment on your player page to see if you want to see what it looks like. But you see, and she opens up the bag in front of you, Donnie, and you see like it's completely empty. And she says, I would, there's a couple things that you need to know. Like sometimes even the quietest people, especially if something is hurting them and maybe their soul is hurting, they might be quiet, right? But internally they're screaming. And that's kind of how these items work. Magic, when it's good and plentiful and wonderful and not broken, it's like a well-knit sweater. But if you've ever knit, and you see like on her is like this a glove that you see like there's like a little hole. She kind of shows it to you. She's like, if there's like a loose stitch in the knitted sweater, you have to go back and pull it all the way to the front, So try some magic spells. Do an inquisitive magic spell for me, please, to see if you can see the weave and see if you can see the stitch that is ruining the magic in them. This can be brains or any other check as long as you describe to me like what kind of spell you're trying to go for. This can also be charm if you're trying to charm another student to do it for you. Yeah. And if you guys want other ideas, anything like that, let me know. I'm here to help.
Cora would raise her hand and be like, just confirming that by repairing this, we are not setting loose any monsters and demons in class.
You see a small smile come on Professor Lehman's face, just like, no. I would never, don't worry. You are first years. Summoning demons and unleashing them into class, that would be Professor Harkness's job, not here, I promise. It's
Ronnie,
just...
I would be sad to hear that.
Oh, yeah, of course, Miss Valtoris. Yes, you're safe for now, Miss Scorned. Take time. It might be creepy. I can hear it from here. But here, and she sets down the toy, not the toy, the comb, and puts her finger on like the jewel that's spinning around, and immediately the music stops.
Whoa.
Yeah. It just, it just has a little function in it. Just like all of us, like, when something's broken, it just acts in a different way. And sometimes magic likes to pick up on things that are very frightening to kind of be its music, I guess. This used to play a very beautiful tune, I promise you. Great. Let's see it. Let's see some wand work. point at your items and attempt magic, that you think is fitting, to see what's wrong with the magic in this item.
Okay, I have an idea for mine.
Yes.
I want to try and cast, give or take, it's going to be like making my wand a flashlight, but like a very pointed flashlight so that I can point it at the spots in the lotus to see exactly like where the break is and like how I could make another piece to fit.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Explain to me which check would that be? I think that would be. Why did I say that? I literally said explain to me, and then I said I think that would be. I'm so sorry. Please.
I don't. That's what I was having trouble with. I don't know if it would be a brains,
Okay. Yeah.
but I don't think that it's a flight. I don't think it's grit. I don't think it's brawn. But I'm not
No,
sure
it
if it would be
could
like
be
brains
brawn if it's like
charm.
you're trying to like pushing through light to kind of see, but brains could be it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do brains then.
So the check is for a 10.
Can I use an adversity token to make it 10?
Gotcha. So
Beautiful.
your wand lights up with this glow at the end of it, and it pours through the jeweled lotus. The brooch comes alive from this like magical light for a second. It illuminates, and then immediately you see that this pattern emerges, like a knit sweater or a ritual circle, and you see that a couple of these are undone. Physically, it's missing a couple of jewels, but magically, it requires a few steps to repair it. You see that it's missing, like maybe you might need like a couple materials, some magical components that you don't know, like the ingredients you don't know. And if you can get those ingredients, put them to like a ritual circle, and put them together with your wand and put the magic into that circle. Immediately you can see it come back together. The weave just needs a few missing parts.
How would I go about figuring out what the missing parts would be if I don't know what it requires? Should I ask the teacher?
Sure, yeah.
Is she gonna help me, or am I gonna get a riddle?
Oh, I hope it's
These teachers are here to help. They have 20 kids.
Mm-hmm. I heard that one teacher talking about loving the drama. Don't tell me that they don't create drama. They live for it.
Some teachers love the drama. What else? They got papers to grade. You know what I mean? So are you asking Professor Leomond? And then let me know what everybody else is doing really quickly.
Yes, I would love to ask Professor Leomond what she thinks the items would be. Or if she can help me, like, point in the direction of what they could be.
Great.
Or would be using. I almost want to say this might be a grit check, but I'm not sure. Like she's trying to picture in her head what the item used to look like, and then like holding that image in her head, she'd cast a spell like with her eyes closed, just with her wand pointed at the comb, to like with the image in her head filling in the blanks as the spell is being cast.
Okay, you get a point of inspiration. Great. Yeah, tell me what you cast. And if you want to use your point of inspiration, you can re-roll.
Cool. Wow. Yeah, let's use that point of inspiration, shall we? Okay.
Slightly
It is
better.
slightly better.
It wasn't.
You weren't far from the check, but I will give you this. So what you don't see a lot of the answers to it, but the ornate comb in front of you used to be this beautiful jeweled musical item of magic, and it had sharp edges. The essence of it, however, you notice it has the lines, the etchings of magical leaves throughout it. The essence of this comes from magical phytology, traces of enchanted herbs and mystical flora. And when it was beautiful, it was imbued in like a herb concoction and just soaked in it for hours and like the oils of these herbs. And if it was laid out under like the moon, like the a quarter full moon of the that you like, what's it called? It's not a full moon, or it's like a quarter for like a night or so. You're able to fix the magic within it. Physically, it might never be repaired back to how it was. It's broken with the broken teeth. It's kind of hard to put those back together on a magical item physically, but the magic will be back. And when it was able, the person who uses it, you can see that it was a very wonderful comb, giving like people who use it like beautiful shine to their hair, prevents like split ends, and kind of maybe magically enhances their hair color if they wanted to.
Whoa.
Professor Leomond, noticing that charm that you did immediately, like her face kind of lights up and she kind of bends down to saying, it's like, oh, wonderful work there, Miss Scorand. I like to think that broken things is not cobbling them back together or forcing shattered pieces to fit an ideal of perfection. Wonderful, wonderful use of magic. Gentle coaxing. You remember, sometimes some people, some things just need a soft reminder of what things were before they were broken. And she kind of waves her wand and does like an arcane check for you. And you see immediately like the magic item is responding to what you just did. And it's now like the little music that it was playing, instead of three blind mice in a creepy tone, you hear the music that it used to play, and the magic item kind of, it, almost as if it's speaking to you, says like that it desperately wishes to be fixed again, and it misses like its past owner.
Cora has like the strongest urge to just like pet the comb, even though it probably wouldn't be comforting at all.
You pet the comb and it plays like that creepy tune for a bit. So you asked Odette. Professor Lehman sees your like hand raised, comes up to you and just says, "Oh, okay. Well, you've found the intricacies of this. This is a very, very big brooch, so I can, have trouble finding the materials. But today is not about, figuring everything out on your own. I can help you with this." And she kind of waves her wand really quick and like, okay. So let's see. So you've noticed that this requires some materials. How we do that is a spell you can do a spell to figure out what is imbued with. If you do a spell to see what traces of it's imbued with, you can get hints like when you're eating a chocolate chip cookie, right? And for some reason there's a faint smell of nutmeg. That's kind of how you figure out the recipe. So the same thing with magical items. So from this, let's see. She kind of waves her wand one more time, and she says, "Oh, I see night blossom, some tears, a gem. Okay, I have those. Great. Hold on, come with me." And she goes to a couple of drawers and starts pulling them out, and you see all this junk kind of flying out, receipts, scrolls, broken quills. And she's like, no. Oh, here it is. I think we can get night blossom from Professor Softgrove. The gem might be a little. No. Here it is. Great.
I also want to add that when she said about smelling like nutmeg, definitely before she got up and followed her, held the thing up to her nose and furrowed a brow and smelled it a little bit, just
Oh, when you smell it, you smell a faint smell of flowers. The smell is equivalent to the flowers that are outside the school that only bloom at night.
oh,
But this night blossom, the Professor Lehman comes and says, you need a special one. These are ones that are only touched by the moon, and drops a couple down in a bowl. You see this very blue gem with what looks to be inside of it is spokes of a star kind of spreading out. And she just says, "Great, and let me crush this for you. Do you have your mortar and pestle? There should be one at every table. Just crush this, and oh, this might be hard. What's the tears?" And you see her pulling another drawer, here. Okay. This is harder to find. Don't worry. I gave you this one because I just want you to see if you could figure out that there's ingredients. Use the ritual on page, I think it was 15 of your book. It should be a simple ritual mending ritual, circle. Crush the gem into this. Mix it with the night blossom, and here are the tears. Pour that in right at the end, and when it's all done and settled, you should be able to put the brooch in it, and we'll let it soak up for the next moon phase, and we'll see if it works. Okay.
all right.
Okay, good. Get back to your seat. Come on. Mr. I'm so sorry. Did you need any help with yours?
I feel like right now, because after what she said, I feel like Donnie took it a little bit too literally. So right now he's just he's been staring a little bit at the bag, and the moment she comes up, he's like, shh, 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 shh. He's like, I'm giving it time. It's a very, very. It's obviously in a very, very big amount of stress. So right now, I'm just giving it time before, just.
Okay.
You see, these things like this take a large amount of time. Okay, like everything.
Yes.
Like wounds.
They take a delicate hand.
Exactly, a very, very delicate hand. Wounds heal with time. I read that in the book once. I read sometimes.
That's kind. Oh, Professor Liam, just her face softens and just okay.
Yeah.
Then she kind of pats your back. She's like, okay, I'll be back with you. Miles kind of reaches over and just like, Professor Lehman, ma'am, I need help. And you see behind the toy is now whipping its head back and forth on the table.
Oh, God.
And just he's like, I think I did it ma'am. And Professor Lehman just turns around, whips a spell, immediately whips her wand, and the toy just stops functioning. He's like, thank you, and puts his hand down. He looks over to Cora and is like, how'd you figure out this? That was pretty cool. This thing freaks me the fuck out.
I mean, you're, sitting there, whip his head back and forth, whip his head back and forth. I mean, I'd be kind of freaked out by that too.
Man, I wish Ronnie was here. Then I could just like look over and see what she did.
Yeah, this is a bad time for her to not be in class.
Okay. And you see him like whip his wand around. You're not sure what kind of magic it was, but it looks familiar to what you just did, where he's trying to see like what's wrong with it. But instead of seeing what it used to look like, she's just trying to see what can I do to fix it. And he sees that like a couple things need to like, a little light pours from his wand and goes through it, and he just like turns and starts like taking apart the sides of the toy. Professor Leomund walks over to Amelia. Is there anything else I could help you with?
I'd like to do a spell to try and see what the magic in the mirror does. Like, what is the charm on the mirror?
Or try it out.
That is brains, I'm guessing.
And while they do that, Donnie and Cora, give me. This is a perception roll, and I this could be like anything depending on how you say it. Brains if you're like really inquisitive, charm if like you're talking to somebody, and like it just depends on how you do it. Want to role play it, but it's a perception roll. Roll me either brains or grit.
Gotcha. Definitely rolling grit. Definitely rolling that.
Same.
And Amelia, you rolled a 13.
Yes, I did.
Okay, and that was for brains, correct?
Yeah, to
7.
see the brains, to see the magic in the mirror.
The effects of the comb and the bag are quiet. It's not doing anything in front of you. Amelia, for you, however, with a 13, which is freaking incredible, you also notice that there's where the paint has chipped off in the back of the mirror, there's runes like glowing, and a couple of the runes that were there are scratched off. There's a couple other things that are there. There's a Professor like Leomund kind of bends down and she just says, so you've noticed that there is actually no mirror, but when you look at it, it's broken. Good job, wonderful. Yeah, a couple of these ruins, they look a little. The etching is kind of gone, but what do you think is happening to the mirror? Why do you think it's not there in the back, but showing in the front?
The runes are erased. I'm gonna assume that's why. And I'm gonna try to like scorch the wood to see if I can make the runes appear back at all.
And she says, "Oh, that's a very good idea. But just give me a thought. Why do you think you see one thing on one side, but in the back there's nothing?"
There are no thoughts.
She she's just this like teacher who's just like, "Oh, here, I'll help you out. This is something. Runes are great, but sometimes calibration is wrong because this is an astral projected mirror. So, sometimes you can put the runes back, but you might just need to open up your ritual circle and kind of calibrate it to the right tunement because this is actually a speaking mirror. So it just needs to be tuned to the right frequency. And once you get that, it should work. I think it used to like reveal people's thoughts or like it was kind of like used for empathy, I don't know how it used to work, but that's kind of what I get a feel of when I looked at it. But I'll be right back. Let me go around. Cora and Donnie, as the class is kind of settling into their course, everything's kind of going in. There is one thing you notice in the light that's pouring in this room. There is this tapestry that's in the back of the class. Donnie, you see it from your view. The tapestry is about from ceiling to floor. Everyone who's come into this class has been, seen all these items in this room, and this is, dust covered and, broken as well as anything else. But this is noticeable to both of you. It has Sesine Academy's castle and the woods that are around it. And there's a tear that goes right in the middle. And you kind of see the threads kind of like moving, trying to grasp at each other from both sides. But where the tear is biggest at is this large shape with what looks to be branches or a dark shape weaving into the black background of the castle on top. This is like a beautiful tapestry, but there's these two eyes that are like poking from that are glowing from this tapestry, and these runes that start to light up. Cora, this is very familiar to you. You dreamt of those eyes.
A shiver would kind of go down Cora's spine as she's almost like mesmerized, staring at the tapestry.
As I'd feel like I would notice that a bit, and I'd be like, "You okay?"
Do you notice anything weird about that? And she pointed the tapestry, not actually taking her eyes off of it.
Yeah, it seems like it's constantly trying to repair itself, and I also see a pair of creepy eyes. But it's at this point, what is normal here?
There's, I can't put my finger on it, but I've dreamt of those eyes. There's something wrong with them.
Huh. Should we go check it out?
Every fight or flight response within Cora is saying no, we should not. But somehow her head starts to nod and she gets up out of her seat.
And I'll follow soon after her.
I'd like to elbow Odette and nod towards them and say, "What do you think that's about?"
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Should we go check?
Yeah, maybe we should go check on Cora.
Okay, I would like to go ahead and scoot my chair in and set the crystal down and walk over.
The tapestries all the way at the front of the class, kind of, imagine cabinets and things kind of blocking the way. It's almost like someone's front yard that they've thrown away a lot of things, and that's Professor Lehman's classroom. So there's a lot of random stuff. And as you come through, Cora, you come to this tapestry, just beautiful. If you see what looks to be moving shapes on it. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Literally, there's a a moving Jack in the Box like a feet away. Your comb was playing some music to you. Donnie's bag is broken. Like there's a lot of random shit in this room, so it's not very peculiar, but definitely moving shapes on a tapestry. Like it's unique.
And Cora definitely would have noticed the moving shapes and stuff, but the thing that she is most fixated on is the eyes, trying to place why she's seeing them now after having dreamt about them.
You can give me a brains check, but for more information. But and Donnie, if you want to know what this tapestry is about, you can also give me a brains check. Amazing, Cora.
Yes.
It's all right. I got you with the university token. Cora, with the 9, you see the school in front of you. You know a lot of things about this school. There's a deep history of this school. When you first came here, that song that floated around you, that the mer people of the ocean were kind of singing as you all came to the grotto for the first time for your attunement. There were 2 sisters. They ran from a curse. They found us at a school. They sleep underneath, guarding everything. They hope that the students can escape their fate as the return of someone in something, the music goes on. These eyes are reminiscent of the voice that you heard in that dream, the voice that woke you up. The realm that you saw was something abnormal. Your class hasn't talked about it. Your class has talked about the demonic realm, the astral realm. Demonic realm is full of hot air, smoke, fire, gas, deals, broken either you work for somebody or somebody works for you. There's the astral realm, celestial spaces and bodies and creatures. Then there's the shadow realm, everything that exists in light and shadow, and creatures that either exude darkness or beam out light. But the world that you were in, where you saw those eyes, there were crashing waves and large gates. And you saw boats filled with people who seem who have passed on, going after gate after gate. Whatever these eyes came from, whoever these eyes belong to, is tied to the school. And is tied to that voice that asked if you were ready for the harvest. Donnie, you know a couple things about the school. You know that your teacher, your aunt holds lots of awards, credit for like leading the school into a new direction. You faintly remember there is a story to this school. A lot of schools do. A lot of academies are started for many reasons. But this school, the fog that is around it is imbued with very powerful magic.
I feel like I'm sorry. I'm trying to think about. So you said like the whole entire fog, and I know it's like I don't know too much, but I know that like the whole entire fog and everything, it's a beautiful lot of powerful magic. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Maz, have Amelia and I walked up behind them yet?
Yeah. You can just move your tokens up to the front.
Which front is the front?
I'm gonna see if I can ping this. Can you see the ping? I don't know if you...
Oh yeah, I see it.
Sweet. Okay, it's a long press. Got it. What just happened?
My character just disappeared. Hello?
You just teleported out of here.
I said bye. I would like to, if I can, like, kind of reach up and like put my hand on the back of Cora's shoulder and like ask her if she's okay.
Something touching her shoulder. She jumps just a little bit, and this would have been the first time that she's taken her eyes off of the eyes on the tapestry, and she'd look back at Odette and be like, huh?
Are you okay? You seem pretty enthralled.
I there's something about this. I can't explain it, but I dreamt about those eyes.
I'm so sorry. Do me and Paige also recognize these eyes?
Yes. When you come up, it looks like a tapestry, and it's not glowing. But you don't see the threads, anything like that. You just see it as the tapestry, and the shape of it is familiar to you both from that dream.
Odette's gonna look up at the tapestry for a second and like furrow her brows, and then look back at Cora and go, "So you also had the dream about this?"
Cora's eyes would widen and be like, you dreamt about it too?
I'm sorry, is everyone having a dream about this thing?
I'd like to look around the room and just be like, is this a bad time to say that I also recognize this tapestry from a dream?
Cora would chime in and say, yeah, I guess we're all having dreams.
Or Donnie.
Shit is going on here. Donnie says under his. So like you guys just all had this dream when?
Well, like
First couple
A
weeks
few
we were at
times.
school.
Yeah.
A few times, first couple weeks of school, and you guys just had this dream, like.
I didn't think anybody else was having a dream. It's not really.
what
Yeah,
is it?
it's
You
like
can
lunchtime
tell
talk.
everyone that
Hey
you
guys, I
barely
had this
know.
weird dream.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm weird. I don't know if anybody else is weird. Like that. That's just
Well, I'm
signing
not
yourself
saying
up.
you have to tell everybody. It's just weird that you guys just all happen to have this stream when you guys are in the same group. What have you guys done? Was there anything maybe that caused you guys to have this creepy dream?
Manabee.
You mean be coming to a new school that we'd never been to before and all being in the same general vicinity? I don't think so.
Seen some weird stuff.
Mm.
This is not normal for me.
Yeah, I don't think this is normal for anybody at all. Well, nothing is normal, honestly, in life, but this is like on a whole new level. This is some X-Files type stuff.
I'd like to like raise my hand and try to call the teacher. Like
Wait.
get her attention to have her come to the tapestry too.
Okay, let me roll her perception real quick. She's in a class of 20 kids, let's be honest.
And they're all 14.
We're about to
12
all
14.
belligerently start yelling.
Teacher!
Really quickly, what was I just about to do and I forgot? She kind of like is looking around, and you just hear Miles's voice. Professor Leovan, I think I did it. And she sees your hand and like says, I'll be right there, and just like goes over to Miles, who's his hands like this, and he's just like shaking it and just like, I'm tired.
I'd like to split my eyes and look at Miles and just freaking Miles.
Let me roll his perception really quick. He actually exploded on that, which is awesome. He like turns and sees the other kids who have their hands raised. They're either in the process of fully either kind of figuring out what their things are, or some of the students are just doing other things. You see Mason making paper footballs. A couple other students like talk about their brooms, and like weevil practice is coming up later. And as soon as he sees your face kind of like closing their eyes, he like lowers his hand down and just like, Professor Leomund, help me. But like does it like from the corner of his face, just like quietly. And he uses his like his like twists his hair to kind of like cover just you see Marcos, like his hawk, just like squawk at you, just ah!
I look back at the tapestry.
Is there was there anything I missed for checks? I'm so sorry if I did. Was there anything that you questioned that I missed?
I don't think so.
Me.
Okay. The class kind of comes to a lull as Professor Leomund like walks around, comes to you, Amelia. It's like, oh, I see you four. Whoa, are not at your desks. Was there, what is there something that I can help you with before we finish our class, assignment? And she kind of like says that to Amelia, but then finishes the sentence making eye contact with the three of you. That's like not finishing work. It's like, yes, Amelia?
Yes, Professor Leomund. Is there anything you can tell us about this tapestry, other than it being about the twins who founded the school?
And creepy as
Oh. Well. Yes. I'm so sorry. What is your name? I didn't get your full name. I heard it was Donnie, but
Donovan Evercreech.
oh, Mr. Evercreech. And like a realization comes to her face, and just like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, okay.
You
Well,
okay?
Miss Wild, I'm fine.
You look a little pale.
Yeah. And she just
not
like
because
kind
you're
of
white.
puts like a curl behind her ear. As soon as she hears that last part, she's like, yes. Okay. Oh, it's just the story of our school. There's the magic in it. I haven't figured out what's stopping it from coming back, together. Something really torn it apart. I'm not sure. You want to know what this is? Oh, the story. It's this thing that like has been passed on for generations. Some people thought the founders of this school were sisters. I think they were a couple. So the stories say different things.
They were roommates.
And they were roommates. Lots of things. Some people said that they were actually students of this school, and the actual founders were an old man named Merlin. But I think that's just storytelling. But the tapestry says that there was that this space, this school, that any student who comes to teach at the school kind of what's the story? I don't know. It's one of those books in like the restricted section of the library. I can't remember, but it was something about that all the students who've learned at the school carry on a part of this curse. Or no, that's not it. I think it was something with like the founders of this school, Pandora and Cressida, lay beneath our school, and they protect us from the curse. And the tapestry is supposed to say that this creature, and she points to like the bottom of the portrait, which you see the hulking figure, and it's like its eyes, and then at the bottom are like these portrait of the back of like two little girls, and the head of this monster is like hair kind of going into this black above, like it's just this black background, and then you see like the castle, right? That's like the full tapestry. And she points at the monster. She's like, I don't know who this is, but some people Was it some who? Oh God, what was his name? Was this Archimedes? I can't remember the author's name. They said that this is the Call of Hester.
And not that I would ever go to the restricted section by any means. But if I, were to browse, what would that book title be?
Give me a charm. Yeah.
Wait, can I also help with charm?
Sure, you can give you gave adversity tokens.
Could I like lean up and like?
Yeah, we're just curious, in
Yeah,
learning
like-
more and gathering knowledge. We would never go to the restricted section. We're
We
here
would
once. We
love-
don't know better.
We just want to hear the infinite wisdom that you have. I want to help her charm this teacher, like fully. I could not imagine a better teacher to tell us about this than you.
I'm so glad that we asked for your help today. Truly great lesson. I don't know if anybody else has said that. Truly great lesson planning
Yeah,
today.
great job.
I rolled a crisp 3.
Could I also roll a charm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice and crispy.
I'm gonna give you another adversity token, Amelia. There we go.
You could give me the roll instead.
That sounds like a fair trade.
I got a 14.
Okay. Oh, Miss Charm over here.
Yay, this is
The
my
teacher first
jam!
kind of like hears your voice, Amelia, and just like, I don't know the name.
Just set him up my stuff.
But then like hearing Odette come in, even Donnie's like, you've done really well. I was like, I'm sure you could find it. The library has a lot of different ways to track down books. The catalog can help you. But I think it was something called, oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember. The Shadows of Sesine. No, something of, oh my goodness. Oh, what is that name? Darkwater, I think is the author's last name. Yeah, that's one. But it's also a folklore kind of story thing. If you want something more introspective, I think. My goodness, there's something called like Hester's Lament. It's a poem. So it's not really great, but but it's like the she tries pretty much it is invoking like the poetry is like God, what is the poem? The Iliad, that is like is very long and talks about the Trojan War, and she's evoking like saying like it's a poem that has a lot of flowery language but speaks of real things.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you explaining that to us.
As she finishes, she's like, all right, then we will, I think we're getting up on time. Everyone put away your materials. We'll finish this up in your next class, and we'll talk about imbuing them and what the next steps are for this. I think we should wrap up for today, but back off to your desks, clear. Just leave them where you are. You don't need Miles. Leave it. It's fine. Oh, actually, wonderful work there, Miles. And you see Miles kind of like has broken apart the bottom of the toy and figured out how to wind it. And though it still makes this weird cackle, he kind of pets the toy for a little bit and puts it back in its box. And physically, it looks like it's working again. And she kind of taps the back of his taps his back and says, "Okay, Mr. Evercreech, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. It's so wonderful to meet you, and I hope we get a chance to help you figure out that bag another time. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night. No homework for tonight. we'll just continue the next class. Dojin wanted to say that Dojin, please, and you hear her like look back at Dojin, the pangolin who has like moved up, and says like, great marks for Miss Scorned, Miss Asteria. Yes, Mr. Anderson, Dominic, you did wonderful today. Elizabeth, I wonderful work that you have done. And Dojin says, Penelope, you should focus a little bit more on your work. Stop talking to Mason a little bit more. But don't worry, I think you did wonderful. All right. Great, class dismissed. With that, let's take a 5-minute break. And that was actually me saying that. Let's get a 5-minute break. All right, y'all. 5 minutes.
Snap.
See you soon. Yeah,
Okay,
I need to use the bathroom so bad.
I also do. Thank you so much.
Oh,
shut up.
Before we jump back into the game, what are we going back into like a class, or are we?
Oh, I'll tell you. All right. I'm so sorry. Somebody's running down the stairs upstairs. Oh my God. Anyway,
Brandon.
sprinting. Oh my God. I've never heard anybody be this loud. I don't think I'm loud. Okay. Anyway. The the quiet of the evening starts pulling in. Some of you had night classes. You finished up the last class of this day, which is rune lore. It's for Donnie. This class was supposed to be about the intricacies of runic languages, and exactly how I'm describing it to you. It's that boring. Miles had fallen asleep. Mason had fallen asleep. Elizabeth was doodling. Like, you knew more about the people around you than you knew what came out of Professor Onyx's mouth that day. You saw, like, he had, like, a jackalope as a familiar, which is, like, this rabbit with, like, antlers. And he's this larger man with, like, very dilated eyes, and he like a smart beard of white, and he sits in his chair and he like looks at the end of his like glasses, and he just says, "Runic languages of all the pristine," and just starts droning off. And as soon as like he starts talking, for your last evening class of a Friday night, is just ridiculous. That's what it was. And he just keeps going. If somebody like raise their hands like, "Sir, I didn't understand this," he will go back to the beginning of the paragraph and start reading from that beginning, without describing what was the confusion. He just thought, "Oh, go back and reread that." Finally, at the end, you just see Professor Onyx just like look up with a smile. "Well, that is the interesting part, isn't it, class? Well, and he's just says, "I will want an essay on your thoughts regarding this chapter, so let me know. This will be due next week. It'll be, what is it? I think 1 page should be enough. One foot of parchment, I think should suffice. I would like to hear your thoughts, and then, make sure to, make sure to, what was that whisper when? Oh, it is past time. Okay. Whisperwind, just give them their, yeah. And you see the little jackalope hopping between the little tables and handing off like a couple different parchments to everybody about like their homework for the day. And he's like, "Yes, you too, Mr. 𝘃𝑀, you too. I will see. I know you won't be here next week, but you can send your essay through the mail, and I will love to review it. Good night, everyone." And you just see him slouch in his chair and then like close his eyes to like fall asleep. A lot of the students kind of like use that momentum to like get up. Miles rips his like from his seat and like wakes up and immediately starts putting everything in, grabs the parchment from Whisperwind and starts like, oh, I'm going to bed. I cannot do this any longer. Like, this is nothing. Okay.
There we go. My bad.
You all are, it's almost pitch black at this time. And a couple of the students have already went to the tower that is for the first years. The second years and third years are on the floors above you for their dormitories. And you see a couple students empty out. And right now it is about a good 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You see 𝘚𝘬𝘂𐌂𐌂 kind of walking down the hallway.
In the dorms, are there like dorm mates, like to a room, or like how are the dorms set up with like people in the room?
It's like imagine like 4-poster beds, but the curtains all around it kind of are magical, so they kind of create rooms for every individual person. First years are usually kind of rooming together. They have like all these beds in this room with their dressers. The curtains around them, the beds are pretty large, and when the curtains wrap around them, a desk appears, and then like chests underneath the desks.
Okay. Has everybody gone to bed yet?
You see a couple students still up. There's some of them are by the fireplace, like finishing work, talking. It's like 8, 9. I'll say closer to 9, 10. So some of them are getting ready for bed. Some of them are just staying up. You see Miles kind of like playing paper football with like Mason.
I would like to find Cora and Odette and pull them to the side where it's just the three of us. Because I assume
Cora
that
is pulled to the side.
would Donnie also be in our dorm, or would he be like in a separate?
For like the visit and stuff, they like the first years are kind of put together. You see Calliope kind of sitting there as well. So yeah, Donnie would be in the dormitories. Like a couple extra beds have been conjured up, with like the crest of 𝘌𝑀𝘶𝑎 and what was the other school I said? Giggle something.
Giggleshire.
Yeah.
Quill of hold on, I wrote them all down actually.
It sounds like a Pokemon, like a third level
Quill.
Pokemon.
So there is
Giggleshire.
𝘌𝑀𝘶𝑎, Quill
Mhm.
Institute, Conservatory of Elemental Eccentricities, and Giggleshire, and then Sesine Academy.
I can't say anything because our note taker will make it canon. I can't.
I'm on you. I am on it, Maz. I am all in on World Lord. Don't test me. Don't test me. I'm gonna get.
I love that.
But I would like to
𝘚𝑬𝑂𝑂𝑂𝑄𝑡𝑡
also,
like kind of walking around the hallways. Like in the there you just see this large panther, spotted panther with wings. Donnie. This you don't know who's witch or wizard owns this. Not owns this, but is familiar is this. But you've heard that this was like Professor Harkness.
Can I
You don't know
pet that
that.
dog?
Huh? Was it last part?
What is it called? Oh, 𝘚𝑬𝑂𝑂𝑄𝑡𝑡 like comes up. I'm trying to see really quick what I had for her. One second.
it's okay. While you're looking, I'm gonna go into my whole spiel if that's okay.
Mhm.
So I've gathered you all here today, and I'm sitting with my hands like posed like the Godfather, obviously.
Obviously.
So I've gathered you all here today. Obviously, we're sneaking
Wait,
into
who'd
the
you all
restricted
gather? I'm
section.
sorry.
It's you. Yeah,
Okay,
you're
okay.
gathered with Odette and Cora and
Okay,
Calliope.
okay. I was wondering.
Huh.
Okay, got you.
So I've gathered you all here today. We're obviously sneaking into the restricted section, or well, I am. And I've wanted to invite you all into being a bad kid with me, but I've got to know about that tapestry. We all had the same dream, and I can't leave well enough alone.
It's just, yeah, like, we might as well. I'm down.
Normally, I wouldn't necessarily want to get in any trouble because I really need to stay in this school, but I gotta be honest, I'm really freaked out by that dream. I mean, it was, I didn't say anything, but I mean, it's something that I've thought about a lot since it happened. So if this will give us some answers, then I think it's worth it. Maybe even if we do get caught, the professors will understand why we did what we did.
I would think so.
Johnny, I know you didn't have the dream, but you know about it, so we're dragging you with us to the restricted
Yeah,
section.
I
You
kinda-
actually don't get a choice.
I kind of realized that. Plus, I have nothing else to really do for the rest of the day.
Forced
so-
friendship.
Yeah, I guess this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. 'Cause I really didn't have anything else other than like studying and other things like that, or worse, talking to my mother. And
Fair
don't-
enough.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So yeah, I think this is the best thing to do.
Cora, are you gonna be okay? I know that you
Yeah.
get nervous doing stuff like this. I worry about you.
Cora would just give her a little finger gun, like, I got this.
I know you do. I'm just worried.
Okay. Do we want to start now, or do we want to wait until a few more people sneak off to bed?
No, you don't want to get caught. You don't want to see.
Yeah.
anybody.
So just nonchalantly, everybody do their own thing for a little bit, and then we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going straight to the windowsill.
I'm just gonna continue writing in my book.
I'm gonna go sit on the floor and just kind of
Floor
Play with Nick.
time!
with Nyx. We're gonna be just hanging out on the floor.
I love floor time.
Moz, are you still there?
Oh, I'm here.
She's plotting. Don't let her get quiet. It's like a toddler. Bad
Turn
things
me.
happen when she gets
Nyx
quiet.
just kind of nudges and like hugs you, like kind of like this is like the moment where like they've had like the most time to you, and they're just like talking a little fast, or like, oh, and the mirror was really cool. I thought it was nice to that you could talk to people with it. That'll be really cool when you fix it. That'll be really nice. And like kind of stretches its neck out.
I just give him all the scritches. So many scritches.
Florian like kind of holds onto your arm a little tight, Donnie, as you write. Just like you just feel like a little constriction.
Oh, just a little.
The moment I feel that, I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
Nothing.
You doing
That
something? What are you
definitely catches mine and Nyx's attention very quickly.
Everyone in the
Wrap
room
my
is
hands
looking
over.
at Donnie like, oh my god!
doing? And then I'm like, oh, don't worry. He does this when he's like nervous. It's okay. We're working on it.
Like sleeping in
We're
random
working
places.
on it.
It is
No,
not
no, you don't.
the bed that you usually sleep in.
I know. And we talked about this. There's gonna be times where I'm not always gonna be in my bed. Okay, you have to learn how to branch out to certain places. I mean, one of these days, you never know. You know, what happens if I'm not here? You know, what happens? Can't just act like this all the time. What happens if my bed gets destroyed? That could be a thing.
That could be a thing.
That could be.
You
yeah,
don't make.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That could definitely be a thing. It could be.
That's
It
a
could be destroyed.
thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like what happens if there's a very huge house fire, kills a lot of people, but I'm still alive.
You
my
don't just
bed's
fly
not dead.
away.
No, I can't just
What?
fly. I can't. No, no. What are you? What are you?
Huh?
What is happening? No, I can't just fly away. It's not possible. I don't have
Oh.
wings.
Oh, I thought you don't grow. Oh, I'm
What
not
do you mean?
sure what.
Have you ever seen me with wings? Have you ever seen me with wings?
I just thought you were hiding them under your shirt.
No,
I
was
don't
not.
watch you while I.
Well, it's good to see. No, I don't. I can't fly. Is there other things you think I can do? Because flying is not one of them.
Well, you have a broom, so I thought maybe you just use that to fly. And
I use the broom to fly, and it just stops at that. That's it. It's just that's it. No wings, no nothing.
okay. Okay, and you see like it loosen and him like kind of like kind of what is it, wrap around and kind of like disappear into your sleeve. Regulus is there as well at the windowsill, Odette. Of course, Ozzy's snuggled up to you, Cora. But Regulus is just like, the weather's too chill for my flight tonight, Odette. The owlery is just too loud. Can I stay here for tonight?
I might be going somewhere, so you'll have to stay in the dorm by yourself. Is that okay?
That's all right.
That's fine.
This is quiet. I'll stay by here until you return.
That works for me, and I'm gonna reach up and like ruffle his little pin feathers on his neck.
Give me a flight check.
Okay. You know, as much as I'm using flight, I kind of regret only giving it a 12. But it's fine.
You're okay. Remember, eventually you can use your adversity tokens to level up your stats.
I know.
You got this.
I love you, and I love you saying this, but I'm stressed. Okay. There we go. I don't know why that took me so long. I'm so sorry. 14.
It's okay. Just don't ever let it happen again.
Hey, shut up, you.
Your hand goes to get his little pin feathers, and you feel it for a second before Regulus kind of stretches his leg up, and your hand kind of jerks away right in time before it touches the binding charm on his leg. And he you see immediately he uses his claws to scratch at something. It's like, oh, thank you, that felt good.
I'm gonna kick your little bird butt. I love you
the
so
little
much.
charm on the you see the bell that's on that charm on his owl foot ring, and it it's a little dissonant bell ding, and that as that ding ends, he just shakes his feathers and says, "Be safe." And he kind of gets closer to the window. Right now, everybody is now kind of cleared out. Some people who are left are finishing homework. You see Calliope kind of staying up to finish stuff on her bed. She has her head's down, not really notice. And then you see a couple people's the curtains start closing up as they get changed. And you even hear a couple snores coming from a couple other rooms that are closing up. And when I say rooms, these 4 poster curtains, as they close up, it's almost like they're walls, and you're hearing them through walls. The fire is getting dim. As you all use, I'm assuming you're using this to move forward. You see the movement of 𝘌𝑀 kind of coming up and just coming to the doorway of this dormitory as she's doing her usual rounds. This large panther. She's the only familiar that you've known that has is able to talk to all the students. A spell that Professor Harkness has given so that she could monitor the hallways. Her large paws come closer. It's dark black. She has spots all over her fur, and her wings are like feathers of obsidian, just beautiful glossy feathers.
Hello, younglings.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
The voice gets me every single time.
I love it.
Did you have a good day?
Yeah, did you?
She nuzzles you, she immediately nuzzles you. Imagine this panther's almost the up to your shoulder. So her head kind of comes up to you, and immediately she just
Yes, none of the students were out of bed. Everyone was doing well. It was an easy day. I'm sure Sinistra will be pleased. Oh, a new smell. Who are you, youngling?
I'm 𝘚𝘦𝘤𝘳𝘊𝘂𝐴. You are so cool to look at.
And my, what is sent on you? Of blood? Of uncertainty? You're familiar, yet so strange. So strange. Welcome to Sesine, young one.
Just the cologne I'm using right now. You know, this could be it. Thank you for your welcome. Wait, you said familiar. What do you mean by that?
You smell familiar.
That's odd. I've never been here before.
Odette's gonna lean over to Donnie and like, I think she means because you're related to somebody here. I think that's
Amelia's
why.
gonna lean over. Amelia's gonna lean over and say, "It's because you're a stinky boy."
First things first, hygiene is very, very important to me. That's obviously not. and then I'm like, but that makes no sense because, like, you know, it's not blood related. It's a weird adoption thing. Yeah, maybe that's what you.
It's magic. Don't ask questions. You know this.
Cora's just over here trying to stifle laughter.
Wondering. Well, I'm guessing you're getting something before you go to bed, but I've gotten your scent. Be in bed in time.
Can I, Moz, a quick question? Can I roll a charm to tell her, like, to promise that we'll be back soon? It just may take us a minute. And also scratch her like cats like right under their little chins.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that? Can I roll for that?
Yeah.
Just to kind of like make her a little less like suspicious.
Suspicious. What is the sound? Like all I picked was nighttime sounds. Why is there
That
screaming?
sounded like a cell phone off of Lethal Company. That was
Yarn.
IRL. That's so
Don't
funny.
you hear screaming
I
at
just
night? I mean, that would be the time for it.
All I picked was like just nighttime ambiance in this little dormitory that I have picked for y'all
I
in
just
the
wanted
tactical
cute
mode. If you
music.
guys see that, okay?
You hear the bloody screams of murder in the background.
The screams of the
Like-
damned.
What I ask very little out of you, game. Yeah, I'm going to what is it with 7? She immediately nuzzles and you just hear purring just coming out of her, just
Pet that dog.
and immediately as soon as like as you go out of this room, where you go, you see her just bounding off to another area. Her leaving being the answer to your, little promise. As you are creeping through outside of this dormitory, you go past the desks, everything that's here for this like common area of this tower. You come to the hallways towards the library. There's a familiar sound. It first sounds like arcane magic just coming into the air. And then you hear the steps. First, it's hulking, like you just hear steel on steel. Donnie, for you, this is all new. The noises that you hear, everything that's coming up.
Hi,
all that
I
you're
hope you like
seeing
being terrified. Welcome to school.
is
Sorry, I love you. Continue.
it just sounds like moving steel.
What the hell is that noise?
Okay,
just
I'm
does that
stopping the
sometimes.
screaming. It's just ridiculous. So sorry, Donnie. I missed that. What was it?
Oh, Donnie just said, "What the hell is that noise?"
Okay, you just wanted ambiance. I can't with you. Turning that off. Okay. For those who are at Sesine, at night, there are multiple different chaperones that go around. People who still exist in the world of Sesine when the moon comes up and the sun goes down. The staff, the night staff that clean classrooms, clean being a word, I guess. Because a lot of the classrooms are still very dusty. There are those who manage the crystals that grow and recede in parts of the hallways. But at night, if 𝘏𝑂𝑂𝑄𐂃 is not awake and not chaperoning any outside things that she's doing, there's other familiars that walk around who might not really be interested in children, like Porthos or 𝘚𝘦𝘤𝘂𝑄𝑂𝑄𝑂𝑄𝑔, who's a sphinx who could not care any less. But one of the magics of this school, 𝘏𝑂𝑂𝑄𝑂𝑄𝑔, Rania, Quinn, Odette, Amelia, if you've been late from class or walked a little bit, you've seen it, or pretty much like jumped up in a fright to the suits of armor that are lined up all on the different hallways. First, you see like purple magic kind of pushing the helmets and the pieces apart, like as if they're like arms and legs kind of like coming in. And then it pulls the armor together until it's one piece again. And then you hear these hulking, moving steel guarding the hallways. You've never experienced it, but you've heard that they guide students back. Guide being also another word to their dormitories. In front of you all, huh?
Are we, sorry, I was going to just say, are we still in like the hallway, or are we, how far away from the library?
If you open up the tactical map, you'll see where you are. You just have to cross, what is it? You have, I think, a straightforward path towards where the library is. I'm going to put your symbols on here. Completely forgot this about the other day. Wow, this map is huge. I just realized that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was like, how can
Yeah, I
we
had to
keep back
scroll
up?
out.
Yeah.
Like, holy moly. Like, I should really decrease the size of this. Let me see. Map scale. I should do it. Donnie, as you're coming down these stairs with Cora and everyone else, you notice the first thing that you see is the night like coming off the sides and starting walking straight forward. Just naturally, as if it was completely alive.
I feel like the moment Donnie sees that, at first, he has a face of worry. And he's like, "Oh my god, this is so fucking cool," is what he says the moment he sees that. I would definitely say that he's like amazed by everything.
Cora would shush him really quietly.
Tiniest hand, just whole hand over the mouth. Shh.
I mean, if she could reach that high, absolutely.
Wow.
And I feel like
Oh god.
He put his hand to his mouth like, "Oh yeah."
And the library is directly in front of us, right? Oh,
Yep.
never mind. The map is gone.
No, you're fine. I just have to do this.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Gotcha.
And
Oh,
this.
this is how you're playing it now. Sneaky, sneaky DM.
Great.
Rude.
Rude.
Can y'all see the night? Is that just me? Am I just
No,
Yeah,
I can see
they're
it. It's
me.
still within
Are there
the
still?
range.
Am I crazy?
There's twin Amelias, yeah.
Oh my god, there is. How did that happen?
The world
No. I
Magic.
like the double.
If there's double, does that mean we get double rolls?
I would like to say good luck and then just jump over the edge.
That would be a flight,
Maybe this.
and if you're trying to doing it stealthily,
Wait,
let
where's
me
the
know.
armor? Where's the armor at in relation to where we are? Before I.
Things. I don't know if you
Oh.
see that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay.
Why is it not
And
showing
squishy.
up, sir?
It's like all the time.
I would like to try and jump this side.
Great, give me a flight check. It's a pretty big stair, so if you're trying to do it like stealthily,
Maybe a little less stealthily. Maybe come down like a few steps to there and then try and hop over at the shortest point.
yeah, I'm gonna refresh my tab. I don't know
Oh.
why it's not working.
I didn't like the little guy popping up in the left. I didn't appreciate that.
That was not me. That was the game.
Oh!
It's not a big fall, Tyson. Don't say that. It's fine.
Your poor ankles. God, make sure you wiggle them. Stretch them a little bit before you make the jump.
Right. The hulking mass kind of like starts moving. What is it here? I was supposed to put it here. There we go. It's moving downward. These three who are closest to it, Donnie, Cora, and Odette, what is the plan here? And roll me a flight, Amelia.
Ooh, not good. Not good. I'm definitely breaking an ankle.
Yeah. So the first thing, it's not breaking an ankle. It's more, I think you just twisted like an ankle and mark like an injury. Just let's say like the railing was, too high and it catches and a slight noise kind of comes from the end of your sneakers to the end to the floor. It's stone, so a little echoes. And in front of you, Odette, Donnie, and Cora, I'm guessing you went down the stairs and is now behind the knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like gonna say that we were standing in like the dark, shadowy part by the stairs.
Great, give
If
me
everybody-
So maybe like over here.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what
give me a stealth, which would be flight. Yeah. And if you have any strengths that relate to that, let me know. But when you hear that sneaker kind of squeak on the ground, the suit of armor just freezes. And it doesn't look like it's looking, but you see its helmet kind of like squeak around. And it starts like walking towards the center.
I got a 9.
Nice. Nope, you did it. Koro's a 16.
Hey.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I think what Odette's like plan is to try to just stay in the shadows and get around into the area where you can go into the restricted area. Does that make sense?
No, it's one more time.
Like if you stay in the shadowy parts, because it's a big castle, there's lots of like, obviously it's very dark in areas. She's gonna try to just like walk the wall where the darkness is so that they don't see her, and try to just walk the wall over to the part where you can get in to the restricted area.
The wall. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's my brain is not working at this time. One more time from me.
Look
Just-
at alchemy real quick.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like if I can get my character to actually move, going like this. You see
And
what I mean?
oh, hug the wall. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, with this flight check, you do that. Just go to where you want to, like what you're aiming for, like if you're going around.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
I'll
was just gonna like follow
yeah, just
around.
yeah, put it right there. Yeah. Sweet. I will reveal what it looks like in a second.
Okay.
I would like to join them if it's not too late before we get too far.
It's gonna automatically
I
like
will need
rubber band you.
either a stealth roll, a strength that you have that you can use to kind of come around this bend that you made to join them, or like a magic spell that you're trying to cast to kind of go around. Donnie, let me know with a flight check if you're trying to stealthily go with them.
Question.
Mhm.
Is there anything like big or like a rock, like anything like a big, like a rock or something that's like maybe loose, like I can like push to make a distraction that'll help me stealthily go towards them?
There's a rock in front of you. Let me reveal this part for.
I had a similar thought on that.
Yeah, there's like a little pedestal next to you, Amelia. And in front of you, Donnie, there's like some rubble, some broken pieces of stone.
Okay. And Odette is still on the other side, correct?
Yeah, Odette just walked ahead of you with
Okay.
Cora. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, I'm tripping. And Amelia's on the other side on the other side, correct as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, Amelia, you're trying to stealthily come over here,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Alright, so I want to create a distraction for Amelia to be able to like come over. So would I be able to pick up like that rock and like throw it far ahead? So like that knight, like that armor could kind of like go towards it, maybe and buy
Yeah.
her some time.
Yeah, you can. So if you hold the mouse button on a certain point of the map, I think you can do like a ping like
ping.
this. Yeah,
Sure.
and you show. Great. Yeah. Give me a brawn check.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, that's a 20. That's a nat 20. That's a nat
Yo.
20.
Let's go.
I did it. I did it in here though. I did it in the regular.
No, I
thing,
see it.
but
No,
I
no,
got
no.
a nat
You're
20.
fine. Sorry, they used alchemy, so it's in our VTT, in our virtual tabletop, y'all. That is a nat 20,
That's actually
and it's an
perfect to my
exploding
character.
die too. But like, holy
Yeah.
moly!
That's perfect to my character. I'm very strong. I'm very strong.
Can you roll
I'm
again?
very
You
strong.
exploded on this die, so can you roll
Okay.
again?
Okay, bad. It's a 5.
That is a 25. You overshot
Jesus
this
Christ.
by. You overshot this by
Yeah,
about like what is it? You overshot this by about like 15 points, I think. Yeah. Explain to me how you did this. And yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a huge rock. Yeah, that's actually a pretty huge rock. So I feel like Donnie would see Amelia, and Donnie would like signal, like he put his fist up and he closed his fist, pretty much as him saying like stay right there, and then he goes towards like this huge boulder that I'm pretty sure looks impossible for everyone else to lift, but then he like starts breathing heavily, then lifts it up, puts it above like his shoulders, and then just tosses it, and then he waits to see like what the knight is gonna do, what the guard's gonna do.
The first thing you notice is as this like sends over, it overshoots, and the first thing it hits is another knight that was in the corner, moving around, for its nightly duties. And immediately this knight just starts running at a pace, just frightening. Just hear a steel. Just
Oh, I hate it.
It brings up its sword and sweeps around in the air for a second. the other knight that has also woken up, it has a shape of more like it's a different statue, so it has a different kind of armor. The first one you saw was black. This one is a little bit more has white magic, like kind of imbued through it. It sweeps through in the air with its battle axe and just like kind of creeps through. Amelia, to what is it? As you are going through, you meet up with your friends. There are no knights in your vicinity. I just need one group stealth check. So that means I'm going to give you a big DC and everybody give me a flight check. And the average is what's going to get you to the other side, which is right here.
Wow.
I need you to know that Odette is full shocked Pikachu face. Like, watch that happen.
Because I just looked like a 400-pound boulder, like it was nothing.
Yeah, like full on just shocked Pikachu. Sorry, I got distracted. Let me roll my dice. What was it for again? Stealth?
A flight.
Flight. Okay.
Yeah, escape.
Wait, Maz. Oh wait. So is this? This isn't. Oh my gosh. We talked about this before. I'm being smooth brain. Hold on one second.
Smooth brain. No, I got a 2.
Just very low rolls for stealth.
So this is not. This is not a snap decisions, right?
We are planning this.
Like this. Okay.
Yeah, you are
Can I just
planning,
take
like, to be
half of my
stealthily, yeah.
D20 instead of my 3?
Not that we could do that.
Yeah.
Please. I totally
for
forgot that.
this,
Like
we
for
can.
some reason my brain thought this was a snap decision and I was like, wait, this doesn't feel like a snap decision. Like I'm not seeing the stakes. So I totally forgot that was
And
a
you
thing
are all
could do.
deciding, like, you know, planning in the dark to go stealthily around. So yeah, I'll tell you when
Yes.
it's a snap decision. So you're good. Yep.
Cool.
So
Then I would like my 10.
great. We have a 10, Donnie 4, that's a 14, 15, 16.
I don't know if there's a way that I
21.
can make mine better. Because it's 2.
You're fine. I'm taking the average. You're good.
Okay.
My God. Mathematics. Why did I... Sorry. Oh, perfect. Yep. So with that, you can all easily get to the other side of this chamber, which is over here. As you come to this, you see the hallway kind of opening up. There is a person asleep in the corner. Professor 𝘚𝘦𝘤𝘂𝘔 is kind of sleeping in like this brush of soft grass in the corner. He has a couple books next to him. You see this like green spirit kind of like climbing on top of him, like with like branches and wrapping around like the buttonholes of his vest. Donnie, for you, when you see this professor, it is a centaur with very black curly hair, and this is not usually like a spot to sleep, but they have kind of sat down on their hind legs and just fallen asleep. With that average, as y'all pass through this way, the knights start making noise, and Professor Softgrove kind of whinnies for a second, just like shaking off. The knights kind of make noise in the other corner, and a third knight appears. However, it's still like with the noises that the other knights are making, they kind of group together. All of you pass through this and step through this chamber, this hallway that leading to the library. The knights making its noise, and Professor Softgrove sleeping to himself with this little green sprite on him. The hallways are quiet, but eventually you come upon this quiet door. Like there's nothing there. The door's not locked in any which way. There's a couple lights still in it, and you come to the library. There is stacks and stacks of books. There are balconies with more stacks and stacks of books, and there's one part that has like a gate to it and a lock on that gate.
Can we cast something to unlock the gate? Or is it like a super big boy serious lock? Like,
It is a super serious big boy lock, but you can cast
Okay.
something to try and unlock it. Yes.
okay.
I would
You
actually
know
like
what
to
I mean,
find
though,
the
right? Like, keep
book catalog
something very
first.
serious in. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I see. No, it's not that serious. No, it's just
Okay,
a
okay,
gate
cool.
with a lock.
Gotcha.
I would like to find the book catalog first.
Great. Give me for that brains, and then oh my god, we're at 6:30, y'all.
Do you want to call it before we go any further then?
I mean, at least we got to the library. I mean, before
we
we
could
go
pause it.
searching for stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Donnie won't be here next week, so that's the problem for the.
Donnie, can you be here next week?
Yeah, I can.
Oh my
Actually can.
goodness.
I mean,
Oh my god, that is a sign if I've ever heard one.
Okay. Can
I'm
I do
doing the
one more minute
fingertip
of just like wrapping up, I guess?
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely.
yes.
Go
Wait,
on.
shit. Wait a minute. I just realized. Hold.
And if you can't, it's all right. We'll figure it
I
out.
can be here next week.
But it won't be for the long time, yeah.
Actually, no, because session ends like around 7, right? Like 7.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I can be here next week.
Okay. So, great. First things first. Let me get that check, Amelia, and then Odette for opening that lock, please.
What
Okay.
should I roll for it?
Okay, that was.
I don't even know what a book catalog looks
You
like.
can explain to me. You the books are a mystery to you, Amelia.
This is definitely a library. I have definitely seen books here.
You've spent too much time in the Winterwood with Tamsin to know what a book catalog looks
my
like.
books in
I
their
need
natural
books.
state.
I just know stuff.
You only know the shelves of books of natural herbs that she had.
I am not a smart man.
I'm gonna do a fight because I'm trying to force the lock open, but like with its mechanism. Does that make sense? Like she's gonna grab it with like one hand on the top part, one hand on the bottom, and like try to use a spell to like rip it open.
Okay, Braun. Okay. Or fight. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dine. This library does use the Dewey Decimal System. Amelia can't read it. That's pretty much what.
I know somebody named Dewey. We were good friends in the woods.
I can't.
Oh shit. Okay. I got 13.
Oh, with a 13. Please describe to me what this looks like.
Little bitty 5 foot tall Odette, like with her tiny hands, like full on like bracing herself, and like she's like, you can't really hear what she's whispering, but she's whispering something with it. And she just rips it open, like pops that sucker right open.
With a blast, that lock comes undone. But the
She's definitely gonna
gates-
look up afterwards. I'm sorry. She's gonna look up afterwards at them to see if anybody saw it, and she's gonna hold up the lock, just big grin.
I feel like Don's gonna be like, I saw that. That was nice.
Thank you. Also, your rock throwing earlier was beautiful.
It was all right. It's only 400 pounds.
Only 400 pounds.
Stop. We'll change the ship from Domet to Donnet. Don't.
The the remarkable lock breaking, the maneuver in the night, the castle quietly sleeping. In front of you is a trove of books full of arcane, mystical knowledge of all the circles. The restricted section is just an area where you just need teacher supervision. Lots of books that speak, talk. What you've heard, Donnie, what you can know from contacts from your own academy, is there's a lot of stuff out there, and they don't want you to stumble onto it mistakenly. So they put a gate, magical gate with a lock. And as soon as the lock broke and the gate opened, a shattering of alarm went down into the ground. It felt like a sonorous bell that kind of rings out with no sound, except for moving steel running down the hallways. And with that, let's end it for today.
Ew!
Wow.
Ew! I shouldn't have let you do this.
Wrap up my
We should have
part.
You
ended
shouldn't have.
before.
You shouldn't have. As usual, y'all, really quick, I want to thank y'all. I'm struggling, but I am learning how to be a GM more and more. So, especially doing class scenarios. And I really am so grateful for all your patience, as I'm also learning how to get pacing correct so we end on time. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm going to do a quick thing for everybody so that way everybody doesn't have to talk. But if you want to jump in, Sokka, please do. We have Shawnee playing Amelia and their familiar Nyx. We have Odette, played by our wonderful Paige. Please go definitely check out Elephant Empress Pua on Twitch, who is Nay, who plays our wonderful, wonderful Cora, who also is a great artist for this wonderful campaign, and honestly, all our teachers as well. Literally just make our entire yearbook. I would freaking love it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Nate, we gotta get
And
together for that.
we really do. We really do. We gotta talk. And our guest for another campaign, I mean another session, which is incredible. Which means next week we're going to have a recap from our very own. Take it away.
Black Sokka, also known as Donnie Evercreech. And yeah, this was very fun. This is extremely fun. I'm very, very excited to be part of the next episode.
Y'all, I appreciate everyone who built into this world, who wanted to guest and add ideas into this world, and, you know, help in your ways. Like, I don't know, teach me how to be a better GM. Help us like build this world together. I'm gonna raid out to Only Play Wizards. They're playing something related to sci-fi, and I want to check them out. But as usual, we're gonna have our week 4 session. Episode 4 session next week, same time, same place. Hopefully with our full team back, which will be a very full classroom. Next week at 3 p.m. Eastern. As usual, be good. Because right after that session, we're going on break for a week, and I don't know, some things might happen. All right, y'all. Bye.
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 Peace.